Welcome to this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, a podcast where we chart the cinematic legacy of the classic monsters. I'm John Campbell. With me as always, Brendan Jones.
Hey, say John Campbell.
Yes.
We've met a lot of monsters.
We sure have.
And I will say this, every now and then we get to re-meet a monster.
We do.
We're re-meeting.
Well, one might say this mummy has returned.
What?
You can't get rid of him.
What?
Yeah.
It would have been nice if he had given us some notice. If I'd known he was coming, I would have baked a cake.
God damn it, Emotep. You can't just do pop-ins. And also returning with us, they were on the show to talk about The Mummy, so they have to come back for The Mummy Returns. Now, the big question is, do they have to come back?
Well, they're no mummy. That's the thing, though.
Well,
they're returning, but they're no mummy.
They're no mummy. Elliott Lewis is with us. But the big question is, will Elliott Lewis return for Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor?
No.
Nobody, literally everyone.
Well, wait, are you guys returning for Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor? Because Imhotep ain't in it.
Imhotep ain't in it, but
is a mummy still?
It's a Chinese mummy, yeah.
But it's not a universe. I guess technically it's
true.
Still a Universal movie, so
it's. I mean, our podcast is broad in its focus. And also we can...
especially once we got out of the 30s and 40s, it kept expanding.
Yeah,
so
well, because
it used to be more like... Is this vampire-like?
Yeah.
Dracula-esque?
The 2000s are a mess for us, is basically
werewolfy?
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back, Elliott Lewis.
Yay.
Yes. I am your favorite returning monster.
You are the most frequent guest on this show, so...
I'm still trying to figure out how to defeat you. I don't know if it's electricity or fire or holy objects.
Listen, if subspecies can't kill me, then nothing can.
Here's what you've done.
Fingies.
I will say, here's what you've done to Brendan Elliott. He legitimately, we were doing the show the other week, and he goes, "You know, they're going to open the new subspecies up in theaters, but we have to go up to Seattle."
I just happened to get
road trip.
I was on the mailing list, which is really disturbing for Alamo Draft House.
Right, for Alamo. I like the idea that it's just like, finally, two idiots watched all the subspecies movies, so we're gonna start emailing them.
So I was just thinking, like, hey, that'd be an excuse to go to Seattle to see the new subspecies.
I do love the idea of taking this dumb show we do on the road, but
yeah, that'd be fun.
Especially and the other thing is, if we went up there to watch that, it'd be fun to go to Seattle, but my God, we'd be disappointed for Subspecies 5. Are you? By the way, people can't see. Brendan is attempting to digitally pet a cat.
Yeah, it's not happening.
My cat Max is making a cameo, much like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Actually, much like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, my cat is named after a wrestler.
There you go.
Hey, it all comes back together.
There you go.
Your cat is also very poor CGI.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a terrible digital facsimile of a famous wrestler. Once again,
it's true,
folks.
I think Max and Columbo should meet. Those are handsome black and white kitties.
Oh yeah, where is Columbo?
Oh,
there he is. Hey, bud. He's just looking at me like, what?
That should be a play date. Anyway,
this is all to say we're talking about 2001's The Mummy Returns, if you couldn't tell. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Yeah.
That's the noise I usually make when I'm about to say that's good eating. And yet that noise does not mean that's good eating, because this was not good.
No.
I'm just saying it out the gate.
Here's the thing.
You know what works in this movie? The same cast.
Yeah, I mean, I will say
it's. No, keep going.
No, I was gonna say.
I love these people. I love seeing them hang out together.
That's the thing that's tough about this. My biggest note about this movie up front, I think, and it is the whole thing, right? Is the
it's
word
too damn long? One of them.
Well, I think this is part of what it's rushed. Everything is rushed. People talk about the special effects, but the script feels rushed.
I was going to ask you guys, just because I know that I know that you both are are very
young.
This
yes,
is intrinsic.
Thank you, Brendan. No.
Intrinsic to your childhoods. You're
Yes.
probably very aware. You probably watched extra features. Like
No.
I've seen this movie before, and I really like the first one, but it's been years. So I'm like, I was going to ask you guys, do you know the backstory on this? Was it rushed? Because it does feel that way. All of it feels like half cooked.
Yeah, Ellie, did you listen to any commentaries this time around?
No, I watched it last night on Sling on demand through the Sci-Fi Channel.
I did the same thing. Did you have to watch that bra commercial 85 times?
No. What was the one? We had that dumb Universal Studios theme park commercial.
I kept getting a bra commercial.
Are they trying to tell you something, Brendan?
Probably.
I don't know. I have questions now about number one about
Wagner bras? No, Warner bras. Anyway, it was like they had two commercials.
I love the targeted ads where they're just like, we think we know who's watching this.
Well, they sure got me. Anyway, moving on.
you have a bunch of Warner bras on their way.
Yeah, I do.
It really worked.
Yeah. So I watched it last night with friend of the show Paige. And I was telling her I wish that I had been able to get a copy of like some kind of commentary or behind the scenes for this, because like I have never really known about any of the behind the scenes stuff, but from listening to the director and editor commentary for The Mummy, I can maybe kind of put together some stuff a little bit, because that was definitely recorded like they had probably already started filming or were about to start filming this one. It was such a huge success that the studio was probably rushing them to get a sequel out.
According to Summers, they called him opening weekend and said, we need another one. Well, the first one, like right now. And I mean, 2 years to get it from it's like just barely 2 years between movies.
Yeah.
And that's a lot just in general, but you think to write, shoot, and for the love of God, put a lot of special effects in a movie. Because that's, I mean, the biggest thing here. Everybody bags on the special effects, and I've recommended them before. If anybody's seen the Corridor Crew YouTube channel, they review special effects. They had the chief special effects supervisor for this movie on there because this is one of their most oft mocked movies, and basically he's just going as anybody just goes like, we had no time. It's not a matter of like, we weren't dogging it. We certainly had all the resources. It's just they talk about they were finishing this 2 week of release. They were still working on the effects.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes people will say it's because they were being really ambitious and that the technology wasn't there yet. And I counter, the technology was there to make it look better than this.
Well, because the first movie looks better than this.
So in other words, even then, this could have looked better, but you could tell they just didn't have the time. And you're like, oh God, even blue screen in this thing looks like live action Disney films from like the 80s. I'm like, God, because every time they're in the balloon, I'm like,
way more
just
special
paint
effects.
The sky behind them.
They have way more.
The scene in Octopussy looks better than this.
They have way more effect shots in this one, and they had infinitely less time.
And that's really it's funny because I don't remember if I mentioned this on the Mummy episode, but in that commentary, Stephen Sommers and Bob Doucet were also talking about they were up to the last minute with that one too. Like they were screening it without certain effects being done.
Oh boy.
There's an amazing story because I did go through the trivia on this thing. I also didn't hear any commentaries or anything, but just looking through the trivia for it, there's an amazing anecdote of Brendan Fraser at the premiere of the movie. Met up with one of the effects guys. He goes, God, I can't wait to see what you guys have done with the Scorpion King, because I film all these things, there's nothing there. And apparently the effects guy just went, don't get your hopes up.
Oh God.
I wouldn't.
Let me
and that's the thing that the bummer is. And that's the thing. And I know, like, hearing the effects supervisor and stuff, that's got to be so rough when you go, like, dude, it's not our incompetence, man. We tried to tell them. We did our fucking best.
It's just going to reflect, and people are going to go, man, you did a bad job. It's like, you don't understand what the conditions were.
Yeah, and
but I will say this also. This is a big mistake on Summers' part, which he knows he's got no time.
Yes.
So why don't you write something that's tighter and closer in and not as epic? Pull back.
The
and
script
make it
also
creepier.
feels similarly rushed. That's the thing. It's like people talk about the effects are what you see, but just watching the movie in general, it feels like I have these 8 ideas. I don't know how to get to each one of them.
And every single one is literally from the template of the first one, but let me expand it.
Yeah.
It's like we had a pretty cool car chase in that first one. Now it's a double-decker bus. Then we had a plane. Now it's a balloon. And it's like we had one army of the dead. Now we got 2 armies. It's like, dude, I mean, I'm not saying he's not an original thinker, but I was like, watching this, try a little harder. It's like if Imhotep was the big bad, all he did was like, now I've got to have a bigger bad that Imhotep has to kind of fight against. So he doubled up on everything and never once thought
it's very sequel-y.
Maybe doubling up with half the time is not a good mathematical equation.
One of the things that struck me about this movie is it's almost like we're spoiled with sequels today that actually like turn stories into ongoing things. This is a real example of what sequels used to be. The first movie, but more.
Yep. Absolutely.
And like, we may not get another one, so let's just get as much shit. Like, we made a movie and they're letting us make another movie.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. People today mock that everything is like a universe or a franchise, but the positive of that is they are thinking in multiple chapters at the very least. If done correctly,
you also are taken on a journey through characters' lives where it builds instead of repeats. And I find like the Spider-Man movies, even the Thor movies, things like that, you're like going, look, these characters aren't just being repetitive. And obviously Guardians 3. It's like, look, if you do it well, it's not just the same old.
What it has always been, even when it came out, and I was 12 going to see this thing, the decision to set this movie 11 years after the first movie, when only 2 years have passed in reality, is still one of the weirdest decisions I can think of.
And, well, is it 11 or was it like 9?
It's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
Well, I was basing it on the kid's age, but the whole thing is that there's that line too.
Somewhere I saw 11.
There's that line where it's just so lazy writing and doesn't make sense. Where Rick looks and there's mummies and whatever. He goes, a couple of years ago, this would have looked really weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, a couple of years ago, your child is like 9. Okay, so you handling mummies was like almost a decade ago.
Well, but
so
there's all this implication.
You're thinking about the movie. But that's not your life.
But here's the thing: is like, did they fight other supernatural things in between? I don't know, because this feels like this is the 4th movie I'm watching.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's weird about this. There's a lot of
another problem with
all the adventures we've gone on, and you're like, what? Which ones?
The bigger and more, we know we're gonna have bad guys. We know that we're gonna have a whole prequel-ish Scorpion King bad guy. So we know we're going to have new characters introduced. Mm-hmm. But the problem is that bigger and better, this is 2 hours and 3 minutes. And we still, I feel, I don't know if you've felt the same way, like we didn't get enough Rick and Evie. I mean, literally, when we bring in the kid, who's not a bad character, they've got a kid. And
he's not a great character, though.
He's not a great character.
I don't love Alex O'Connell.
Alex O'Connell Defense Fund over.
Oh no!
No! I don't mind the guy. I like the kid.
I think that he was utilized a lot better than other, and I'm gonna say this affectionately, annoying sidekick characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Alex O'Connell is an annoying sidekick, affectionate.
Well, Alex is a plot point, and he's a plot device. He's necessary.
Alex is a walking MacGuffin.
Yeah,
and I love
especially
that for him.
And even at the end, he's like, I'm the one smart enough to bring my mom back to life. You're like, great. So let's repeat the scene of I don't know what this symbol means. Literally, I'm like, Steven Summers, this is
my like. There are things I like about this movie a lot. I was only like 8 when this came out or something, 7 or 8. So the nostalgia factor is much is much.
Man,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's probably part of it. Is because I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, like this kid, that's me.
I get to hang out with
I'm
Rick
doing
and
stuff.
Evie. I'm doing the stuff.
Yeah.
I've got the scorpion bracelet on.
Yeah. And that's I acknowledge that.
Sure.
But the thing that annoys me the most about this is that it is such a like, hey, remember the mummy?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need that.
Remember that experience? That experience from literally 2 years ago.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a desperation here to go like, you guys like that? Here's more of that. Rather than, I feel like, I mean, my first thought impulse, and this is a different, is like, throw them at something new. Throw them in a new setting. Like, the appeal is not. I mean, I love Arnold Vosloo's Imhotep, but that story's over. I think one of the biggest mistakes is bringing Imhotep back and then also doing nothing with him, basically, right? He's pretty much just the same thing, only it's a slightly new wrinkle on his plan.
It's like, and
Vosloo's still great. That's not on Vosloo, who's always in.
My lover has been reincarnated. Yeah. Great. Perfect.
But it's like we were already trying to bring back. Yeah, that's.
And now we get to see the same flashback, but it's now from Nefertiti's viewpoint.
No.
Oh, great.
Nefertiri, because in the script it said Nefertiti, and apparently Universal said people are going to make titty jokes, so please change that, Stephen Sommers. That's literally in the background trivia for the movie.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Universal was very concerned people would be giggling in the theater about Nefertiti, so they made him change it to Nefertiri.
I would have.
I don't know. I think that was Universal. Number one, I think that was Universal reading a name on a page, not thinking about how it's pronounced. No one would have laughed in the theater.
Yeah, and also not. I mean, come on, it's Egyptian. That's Egyptian history. Even though,
hey man,
Imhotep, the whole thing is.
This is also a movie where they have Egyptians fighting with sais, which are very much not an Egyptian thing. So you know, look at.
Think I didn't notice that? Think I didn't look at Patricia Vasquez with those sais and going like, ooh, that could have been Elektra.
Well, I did think that. I'm like, I bet Stephen Sommers really likes Daredevil comics based on these. And right on him. I love Daredevil comics, so I can't blame him. But it is a little bit like we talked about. One of the things we liked in the last movie was there was at least some attempt to base it around Egyptian history and mythology. But I mean, there was some. This movie, there was at least a dose of it, and then they built on top of it. Here, it just feels like, I don't fucking know. Who cares, man? We're putting size in here.
Here we have the army of Anubis, which is a bunch of Anubises.
Yeah, I thought that was
a bunch of jackal-headed demon warriors.
Cool,
You're like, what?
They kind of look cool. I don't know. They make a good action figure.
Yeah, but that's what they're thinking. It has nothing to do with Anubis.
That's kind of the whole movie,
a bunch of hymns. Okay.
Like, and also it does what movies that are about Greek mythology do, which is cast it in a like Judeo-Christian light of, well, there's a good god and there's a bad one.
Right.
So, and the one that's vaguely hell related is the one that's the bad one.
I know, it's always funny the way it's like Pluto and Hades become bad guys. They're not. And you end up with Anubis, who's their
job.
Yeah, he's like guardian of the gates of.
I just work here. You know,
look, man, I'm not evil, but people die, so I'm the guy.
What do you want me to do, man? Here? And that's why I point people towards Moon Knight, because it's better. That's at least a more complicated take.
It has a lot of gods.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, The Mummy Returns. I don't know. We don't need to really talk about the poster because it's just a bunch of heads.
It's a bunch of heads.
It's 2001, so it's a bunch of heads, and it has.
It's a bunch of handsome and attractive heads.
Everybody's gorgeous, but I do want to start out with prominently displayed in his screen debut, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And
can you smell what the Scorpion King is cooking?
So much was made about
really
this.
Good.
12-year-old
me. What
is
that, goulash?
12-year-old me was so hyped for this movie because the studio marketing machine. I was like, oh my god, The Rock is gonna be in a movie. He's gonna be in this sequel. Yeah, that's the thing. And I do
understand where you guys are coming from, but at the same time, I could not be rolling my eyes big enough at that time, because a professional wrestler making his acting debut, I was like, yeah, great. Boy, that was not a selling point.
You were already a cynical adult. I was a child
I
going, The Rock in a movie, finally!
I had enjoyed professional wrestling when the WWF was a thing in the 80s. And I enjoyed that for a bit, and then I was like, yeah,
this was a time before we knew some wrestlers can act.
Yeah,
not that this movie is an indication of that, because man, was I cheated when I saw this in the theater. And you know what I like? As always, I read Roger Ebert's review from the time, and he goes, note for wrestling fans, The Rock is barely in this thing. Don't buy into the market. Like, he actually he goes, he's in the beginning. Maybe he's in the end. I don't know what I saw, basically, was what Roger... Ebert's review is...
He's like going, if that's your draw, let me tell you
Ebert's review is very funny, because at a certain point he goes, I'm going to give up on talking about this movie and just write down 5 things that stood... And so he just starts making... He goes like, here are 5 random observations about the film. Because he's I don't know if you're going to... But it's like, what? And so, yeah, that was one of them, was like, The Rock is barely in it, and... maybe and he has his only lines, as it says in the trivia, are in ancient Egyptian, and including I believe what he screams to battle is "It's hot as hell" is what it translates to. Is what I
thought it was "Can I get a sandwich over here?" I think that was what the
Haku Mashente translates to "It's hot as hell."
Great.
And that's also, like, because also in the first one, there was an attempt at, like, getting as close as possible to, like, ancient Egyptian, and, yeah, that's just a bummer.
I think there was more attention paid, and then they realized they didn't need to, because as long as they say some jibber-jabber that no one in the audience is, a very small percentage in the audience is going to go, what?
And it's
just like, I'm
always fascinated by movies like this, because this did make money on a $98 million budget. It made $443 million, but they didn't rush into the next one, because there definitely was a feeling of like, yeah, but we didn't nail it. Like, I do like movies that's like technically successful, but nobody's proud of this thing. And then, of course,
it would have made money.
They obviously turned it around. They obviously turned it around on that third one. Oh man! Oh wait, no. The third one.
They really did.
Whatever I say about this,
the truth, I've never seen the third.
Oh, then you're in for a experience. Because Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. The thing. Well, we'll get there, but I'm saying like. This movie,
have fun with that, guys.
This movie, I'll take back a lot of criticism.
Rachel Weisz doesn't show back up, right? It's just Brendan Fraser.
Yeah,
and they still tried to do it.
And no Stephen Summers.
Well,
it's a whole new creative.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to,
because I'm just this is a preview for the Van Helsing fight that we'll have in a few episodes, right?
I am not impressed with him. I never have been. I did enjoy The Mummy, undeniably. But this one, remember what I said last about The Mummy when we were last here, was that The Mummy I enjoy, but has this feel to it. Like it is a kid's movie.
Well,
and
this one I agree
goes
with.
Even farther. This one did feel
and honestly,
like...
Sorry, guys, but the kid has a lot to do with that. I do not like this kid.
Wow, that's amazing. I like the kid. Okay, wow. It's just that there's
every scene with him, I wanted to strangle him. So
okay,
sorry,
but I just said,
look.
Wow. Okay, Loch Notch.
Yeah, that's right. Finally, you know what, Mr. Echo and I agree on something.
But I just sit here going like the deal is that he is like I said, a device, but there's this whole thing, and it has a lot for me to do with the pacing, the blue screen, and the way everything gets dumbed down even more. The Mummy is fun because it's Raiders light, and they are playing around a lot more. It's a little cartoony. This one goes so far that literally there's one scene I think works kind of creepy. There's one creepy-esque thing in this entire 2 hours.
I guess that's the difference is I'm not going in looking for that. I am looking for Raiders, but this movie isn't delivering the Indiana Jones fun either.
No, that's the same for me. Yeah. I mean, but that's also something. Everything has gotten dumbed down, including the action adventure stuff. And then the lines that they're giving these people who are all good actors. We know and we love them, and the characters are cool. But you literally have him going like, I still hate mummies.
Oh, I wrote that down because I remember that in the trailer, man. I hate these damn mummies. Whatever the thing is about, like...
I mean, that's pod racing level of dialogue.
Well, and that's the thing about... That's what I'm talking about. That feels like it all feels like first draft stuff, because they're like, we got to shoot it right now. There's no time to craft any of this. And so let's dive into the movie then. Because I wrote down all this stuff for a reason.
That's all I had to say. Let's just wrap it up.
No, wait, let me say all my stuff really quick, then we could go.
All right. We open on Thebes, 3067 BC.
Good year.
It was a good year. And before... we should also mention that this was always designed to set up the prequel spin-off. They were already shooting that right away.
Oh, really?
So all the Scorpion King stuff was the whole plan was we'll have him cameo in this to set up the Scorpion King movie, which yes, folks, I did see in the theater. I did go see the Scorpion King. It came out the next year. So yeah, I mean that was it. That was already the thing. I think I already knew when this came out. It's like, and next summer he'll be back in his own movie.
Were you excited by that?
I think I was just way on board for The Rock as action star more than I was like into the mythology of the Scorpion. I was just so like, yes, we're being presented the new Schwarzenegger, Stallone. This is my guy.
Well, I mean, the figure he cuts,
he looks great.
You can't go wrong with a giant muscle man.
But it's also one of those things where
please don't take that sentence out of context. Don't make that like...
You can't go wrong with a giant muscle man, Brendan Jones. Hey, man.
That's the quote he was known for.
We're not here to judge you. Do whatever you're into. But those who listened to our patron show Last Be Curious know my great affinity for Dwayne Johnson in the Fast and the Furious movies. So it is a thing where it's like they did have the right guy. They were right. That guy's a total movie star. This is just not at all the way to present him.
No.
Well, this is his Hercules in New York.
Yes.
Speaking of Schwarzenegger.
Before he actually plays Hercules.
Arrive and like, wow, we love this guy shooting guns. He had to do some stupid things, and this was The Rock's stupid thing.
Speaking of bad movies that I will defend until my dying breath, Hercules starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, you know what?
I've never seen it.
I'm there with you on that one. But once again,
I got that fucking thing on DVD, baby.
I certainly could talk about Hercules starring Lou Ferrigno. That's a different one.
I like the Hercules. Once again, I just like this guy. Even some of his dumber movies I like. We did an episode of the Action Show about Walking Tall, and I think it's pretty fun. It's stupid, but it's pretty fun. Here, though, the other thing is, this is also just in no way uses anything that is appealing about The Rock, his charisma, anything. He's anyone. This could have been anyone. You could have got any muscle-bound dude to play this part.
I was asked.
Little known fact.
I said, guys, I can't.
Yeah, just you said I'm an actor. You can't just use me for my body in a movie, okay?
Look, I'm too busy driving people around in a golf cart at Warner Brothers Studios.
That's right. Oh, well, that's another thing too. You were actually under contract to a rival studio.
Yeah,
you were a Warner Brothers employee when this came out. So. Yes, we start with the Scorpion King, who, by the way, is already called the Scorpion King before any of his scorpion powers exist.
Yeah. It seemed like Anubis was just kind of being kind of taking the piss a little bit.
It's one of those Victor Freeze situations where it's like the guy was already named Freeze. This was he was doomed, wasn't he?
Well, the Scorpion, he had taken that desert insect as his... personal totem, I guess. And then Anubis is like, you know what? I'm going to build on that and give you scorpion power.
Because,
You know what? This is... Yeah, Anubis, aka Vince McMahon, was like, let's build on that brand.
Yeah. I'm already seeing the t-shirts.
By the way, executive producer of the Scorpion King movie, Vince McMahon.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, he produced the first couple Rock movies before it was like, I think it's time to. But that's the other weird thing about that Scorpion King movie, just in relation to this movie, is that presents him as this that was sort of him. They were kind of trying to do like a Conan the Barbarian sort of thing, but you're like, but isn't he a bad guy?
Well, maybe they would have come up with some sympathetic backstory.
They
children were murdered.
I haven't seen that movie since I saw it in the theater in 2002, but I remember that was a thing where it's like, oh, he was mistreated by society or something like that. But as presented here, they literally talk about he and his army are trying to conquer the world. That's just plan A for them.
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
So was Alexander the Great.
A famous hero of history. A famous hero of history, by the way, Alexander the Great. Love that guy.
They called him the Great because everyone was like, that guy.
And you know there was no way he was as shredded as The Rock is in this.
Well, no one was. That's not something historical. No one walked around like that. They didn't have Bowflex back in then.
By the way, why are they always
They didn't have enough food.
They're always trying to convince me. They're always trying to convince me that The Rock is from the Middle East, by the way, because we also, Brandon, you and I saw Black Adam, also a movie where they tried to convince me this Samoan man is a Middle Eastern fellow.
Well, that happens a lot. If you have a certain pigmentation, they go, he could be anything.
No, I also always get a little worried. Anyone who's any kind of mixed race or, at least from a visual standpoint, mysteriously ethnic to a Hollywood crowd can be like, perfect, we could put him anywhere.
Yeah.
And once again, kind of sad when the first movie did such a good job casting actual Middle Eastern actors in these roles.
Just because you could, Fisher Stevens was unbelievable as an Indian.
Oh my God. Back to Short Circuit. You know what I love? Fisher Stevens, I've seen interviews where he's like, I'm sorry. We thought it was cool at the time. He does not stand by that performance. It's like, I was an out-of-work actor in 1984. I said, fine, that's money, and nobody said anything to me. Now I am horrified by that footage. So I give it to Fisher Stevens for at least owning that. That was way not okay. So we do have, this is, once again, 12-year-old me way on board for The Rock just kicking ass here in the beginning. He's got a sword. He's out in the desert. He's yelling that it's hot as hell.
Yep.
I am shocked they didn't find.
He's eating scorpions.
He's eating scorpions. Yeah, because that's the thing is what happens? He loses his army.
This
right?
cracks me up. Okay, so
everybody dies except him, right?
He loses the battle, and then his whole army retreats, and then they go 7 years. He's lost in the desert. 7 years, and all of his men have died by that point,
and he's lost the last not an ounce of muscle mass out there.
Not an ounce of muscle mass. That's the thing that's killing me. Is that
he was eating them, obviously.
Oh yeah,
for their protein, baby.
And he's not. I mean, they put some stuff on him to make him look a little roughed up, but I'm like, 7 years in the desert.
He's a little
Your
burned.
skin would be flayed off, and you just. I'm sorry. But yeah, he looks exactly fine, but he sure is walking unsteady. And then Anubis is like,
a little
dehydrated. This kid.
Yeah. Could use
this kid. I'm going to send him a scorpion that he can chew on, and then I'm going to give him some
And you know what? I'll give The Rock this. I'll give The Rock this. He really sells chomping down on that scorpion, man.
He does. Nothing looks less realistic or more like a screensaver than the sudden... swooping green oasis and pyramid that arrives.
God.
This movie is a bunch of attractive people dressed in 1930s clothes being attacked by screensavers.
Well, it is one of those things where even at the time, even as a kid, I knew it looked a little off.
Yeah.
Like it was like this. Well, because it was like this doesn't look as good as whatever else was out at this time.
This crazy bright green oasis just grows up out of the desert. There's the temple, and basically he has sold his soul to Anubis. By the way, Anubis is not, as you pointed out, Elliot, is not a devil figure. You don't sell your soul to Anubis. But essentially, that's what they're positing.
He's gonna get it anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it anyway.
He's not paying for it.
He doesn't.
And he's like,
he's gonna get that shit for free when you die.
And also lead my armies against, I don't know, the armies of Osiris or Ra or whatever. And it's like, great. So that's the legend of the Scorpion King. And he had that cool bracelet that Anubis gave him, and he had power, and then they shut him up.
Yeah. And so then, yeah, he took over the world with the army of Anubis or whatever, right?
Yeah. Sure. Something.
Pretty
As what I wrote down here is they specifically say he gave his soul for vengeance.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, I mean, the big thing in this movie is like, you know what the first movie was missing? Way more convoluted mythology.
Yes.
There's so much, and everyone is some
Technically,
kind of...
I couldn't place, like, I guess Scorpion King existed pre-Emotep.
Yes.
Yes.
So their paths didn't cross till 1933. Okay.
No, and one could argue whether or not their paths cross even then. But I'm just looking at.
I don't think you watched the same movie I did because it was very convincing.
I'm just looking at because I'm like, what else was I seeing at this time that this would have? I mean, it wasn't
Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the anytime there's a shitty movie that's in 2001, it's just like the Lord of the Rings came out this year.
Lord of the Rings came out this year.
It did.
Also,
Holy
that summer
shit.
was Spielberg's AI, which looks a hell of a lot better than this. You know, I mean, just like that, special effects were a lot further than this. The first Fast and Furious, anyone? Interesting that
special effects looked really good in that. The way they fought that dinosaur that came up and was like, I want my DVD players.
Those cars drove so fast.
They really drove
so fast.
unbelievably fast.
So fast, so furious.
Yeah.
It's just interesting though that The Rock and that franchise start at the same time and then they'll eventually come together. So flash forward to 1933. Cool introduction to Rick O'Connell, very Indiana Jones, just his silhouette through the spider web. I'm on board. For Fraser is in, man. And there are moments in this movie where even watching it last night, 12-year-old me is still in there going, this guy is badass, man.
Well, 12-year-old you is never far from the surface, but God bless him. He's adorable.
He's great.
The thing
that's the thing. The actors are all here to play. It's just...
No, that's what I was saying at the beginning. The only great thing this movie has going for it is the same cast. I love the interactions. I do buy the Rick and Evie love story.
Well, here's...
I'm like, yeah, man. And we still have wacky John Hannah.
Yeah, and the biggest thing in this movie's favor, more Oded Fair. That's the
He's
major
all smoldery,
positive.
And that hair is unbelievable.
We go back.
He talks more.
Oh, we love Oded Fair on this show, and
Oded Fair.
And the big thing always is, why wasn't this guy a major movie star?
We don't know.
It makes
no.
Why? Okay.
This movie came out in May of 2001, guys.
Oh,
that was a wonderful year.
No. That was that. Yeah, I guess that would have gotten a little rough.
Oh, that affected a lot of people's
I do remember
careers.
pretty quickly he was playing a terrorist on TV, actually, after this. So,
yeah.
Yeah, he's played a
24 called. Well, I'll be there.
Yeah. That's the only thing they'll give me? All right. I mean, I was in The Mummy, but okay.
Yeah, you would. I mean,
Fuck
it's like, I was kind of a beloved character in two massive hit movies. You'd think that would turn... No? Okay. All right.
No.
Speaking of complicating mythology, I love how he has a tattoo on his arm that we didn't see in the first movie. Oh, does that mean he's a chosen one magi?
Okay, here's a huge problem I have with this movie. Both Rick and Evie have some kind of mystical connections to stuff. It's that thing I hate in comic books when they do this. It's the thing I don't like in the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies where it's like, actually, your father made the spider, which means you were destined to... No! Stop it!
No. Yeah, I know. Do I want Sabretooth and Logan to be related? No.
Right.
And
I'm getting angry.
It gets like, this is skipping ahead a lot, but like, I mean, there's a bit in when they're on the dirigible when Ardeth, thank you. God, I was like, it's just gone. When Ardeth is explaining all of this, and they literally spell it out like, and I'm a warrior from God, and your son is the path to this oasis. And also, just out of focus behind Ardeth is Jonathan, who's just sitting there like,
do I have a secret?
And I'm just
story.
You're the idiot.
I'm
You're
just
the
hanging
comic
out.
relief. You are the one they spoke of that would be
but don't worry.
And funny.
Don't worry, folks.
Guy who's helping out.
Don't worry,
Thanks
folks.
for helping out.
Don't worry. He gets sniper skills that were previously unmentioned in other movies for one scene.
Yeah.
He gets to do one cool thing, and that's great.
John Hannah's like, could I do one cool thing in this movie?
There
Just one.
There are little moments where an actual good scene happens, and one of the things that I actually like, and it really has more to do with the actors, of course,
always,
but the whole thing where Evie looks at her brother and she goes, "The love of my life and my son are down there, and I need you to handle the, or protect." And he's
make
like,
me proud.
Cool. Make me proud. And he goes, "This one time, I'm definitely going to do it." And I'm like, you guys sold it. This is a stupid movie. You sold that moment. Yeah. There are moments like, again, the death of Evie, things like that, where it's like, people are selling it. Why? Because they're talented, and the filmmaker got lucky.
The problem,
that's Stephen Sommers.
That's the problem here, though, is whether you mentioned the death of Evie, but
and
also,
listen,
yeah.
I think Stephen Sommers would admit that. I think that Stephen Sommers would admit that he got lucky. Like,
yeah. Well, and also one as always, is it Sidney Lumet who the quote is like 80% of directing is casting? So good on Stephen Sommers. He did put together a good ensemble. And actually, even the people that get added here are mostly good actors.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not saying that there's really. I mean, no one's really bad. It's just this movie.
No, well, the thing is, number one, too many characters in this thing, and so much but the thing I was gonna say about Rick being part of the Medjai, Evie being reincarnated Egyptian queen, also don't really come to much.
No, just at key moments.
Yeah, it's like, but I mean, like all, the Evie backstory is just there so she can have that fight. Nothing else really matters. Also, hilarious that Imhotep didn't put that together in the first movie when so much of his plan involved her. Right? That's just. I mean, the return of Imhotep in this thing is.
I think your soul is the soul of my female nemesis.
And also, once again, the need to just go like, we just got to bring back. So it's just like, Patricia Velasquez, more, and fine, but like, why? What does that come to?
Yeah, but that's where you really hit the nail on the head. Is like, it's cool that Patricia Velasquez is here and doing more stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no point to it. Especially when they do her so fucking dirty at the very end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's such a quick, and her story's over.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's the lamest death, too. Oh God. Why?
I have my own. I was telling Paige this last night. I was like, I can't wait to tell them my reshoot of that scene.
Because a good chunk of the show.
Fix it?
A good chunk of the show.
Yay.
So much of the show is Brendan and I trying to fix these movies, so that is more than welcome. We're always
It's such a waste of our time.
Man, last week we spent so much time trying to rewrite that terrible teen vampire movie, The Forsaken. God, we spent a lot of time trying to put that together. All right, so 1933. This is the question I have about the interim. Is like, so they've just been going on adventures and looking at tombs in the interim, but it also feels, that's the thing, you never feel it's several years later. It always feels like this could have been 6 months after the first film, aside from their kid the only reason it's that. And here's my problem, not with Alex the character, but just when you talk about adding Alex allows it kind of severs a lot of the Rick and Evie stuff, because it now adds a new third into the dynamic.
Well, speaking of how good, I'm sorry to jump in. What were you going to say, Elliot?
I was just going to say, like, the other thing that, because I didn't need to, I'm glad I did, but I didn't need to watch this movie last night. I could have told you beat for beat everything that happened, and I haven't seen it in like 5 years.
Yeah.
That's just how many times I watched it as a kid.
Sure.
But watching it last night, a thing I realized is that the movie sometimes forgets that the three of them are like a family unit.
No, very true.
there are moments where it is very clear that Rick and Evie care a lot about Alex, and they're like, he's our kid and we love and miss him. But there are moments where both Alex seems like a random kid they found, and Rick and Evie seem like a single couple still. It's a very weird dynamic that is very inconsistent.
That's kind of what it has everything to do with the writing here, and very much right at the beginning. Right at the beginning, Alex shows up and is like, yeah, okay, we'll go over there. They're in a tomb, and the parents are like, oh, Alex is doing the thing over there.
I mean, that's the thing that...
And their stuff is...
That's kind of what I'm saying when this feels like the third or fourth movie. It feels like this should have been Rick and Evie now as a couple. Maybe they get married at the end of this one. Then she's pregnant in the next one. Then the kid is a character in the fourth one. It just feels like we've jumped so far into their story when they literally just met in the last movie.
And they are not saying that this cannot happen in relationships or family, but they are acting in this like they're still in that glow of we're together.
Well,
there's a lot of this
once again, sometimes
going on, and I'm sometimes like, you got a 9-year-old kid, and you guys are still like last night.
But I think that's to your point, Elliot. Sometimes they're harried parents with a child. Sometimes they feel like newlyweds.
Yeah.
Which, on the one hand, the thing I like the most about this movie from like a very technical storytelling point is I hate when sequels just have the same problem as the first movie, and there's no like, it's like, oh, so all of the arc from the last movie, we're pretending that didn't happen and we're just solving all the same problems over again. I hate that shit. I love that this movie is like, hey, these characters had their like arc of hating each other and getting to know each other, saving the world, falling in love, and now they're in love and they're doing new stuff. We don't have the same problems. We're solving new problems with these characters. It's not done super well.
No, I was gonna say because one of the problems is the new stuff they put them in isn't that good. That's kind of the problem. I also love that. I also love the idea that these characters are progressing. I would argue they've progressed them too far. Like they've jumped too deep into their story. But then Rick and Evie don't really learn anything or change, and they don't really have much in the way of arcs in this movie, other than weird. Like Rick's whole thing is just like, oh, I guess I was always a hero because I have this magic tattoo. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
And yeah, like
hey, wait a minute, where'd my kid go?
And I love John Hannah, but I gotta say, like, somebody kind of had to go from this ensemble too. It sort of feels like now you have this kid and the wacky brother. I think that's also part of it, is just there's just too many things. If you want to make it about the kid, then the kid relationship, it needs to be that triumvirate, not also John Hannah and Ardeth Bay.
What they were doing is they wanted to, again with the expansion, is to branch them off to where it's mainly Rick and Evie together, which great.
Cool, because that chemistry can't be denied.
And what they wanted to do, and you see it all the time when they start pairing them up, is uncle and nephew, and the nephew is the more mature, responsible one, and literally they're trading beats just like Rick and he had.
Right.
So you're like, in the first, literally it's the same stuff. It's like the whole driving of the bus thing and all, and I'm like,
that's the other thing that
do you know, and that thing about, do you know what this symbol means? Like, oh, it's the same thing, only
the
now
other thing I was gonna say, the other thing that annoys me about Alex, and most of my issues with Alex are structural.
Man, you hate this kid.
I hate this kid.
I think the kid actor is fine, but once again, structurally, it's so, and this is all that sort of first draft stuff. It's like, man, he is so half Rick O'Connell, half Evie, right? Like this is the scene where this is what he got from Rick, this is what he got from Evie, which also would play better if we had a couple more movies with them. Once again, they aren't yet established adventures. They had one adventure. If it's like if you introduced Shia LaBeouf in Temple of Doom, you'd be like, what? And look, I'm not here to. I mean, I don't hate Mutt Williams. All right, I want that on the record. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm looking for the team up where you have Alex, this kid is now in his 20s, and there's a teenage Mutt Williams, and they're both sons of archaeologists, and they team up in the 50s, and it's fucking awesome.
And they fall in love.
But the third movie,
not in the 50s.
Hey, oh yeah. They could fall in love in the 50s. It would that'd be a different. That'd be one of those sad A24 dramas.
Yeah.
And I don't need that in my life.
No.
But they could find
Also, Freddy's retired.
He is. Well, and I was going to say, very interesting when we eventually do get to Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I feel like they took the note of, like, no more kids. Now he's 25 and a hunk. And I'm like, that's also a bad move.
Yeah, but did you see the whole thing there where one of the last projects he did was House of Anubis?
House of Anubis, yeah. I was like, teehee.
This kid. Like I said, nothing against the kid himself, or even the idea that they have a kid could be good, but there's just way too many things in this movie. And also, it feels like the kid should have been, if you're gonna make him the MacGuffin and stuff, go with that for the whole movie. It's so easily solved once they get to the pyramid. And also, it's also just retracing the first movie, where it's like they captured Evie in the first movie. Yeah. Now they have the son, and okay. Anyway, let's get back into the plot here. Yeah, so they're uncovering. She's brushing away sand from a very much a soundstage tomb. Immediately too. Such a fucking. This is 2001, but he's such a '90s kid with his slingshot. Shooting it at bad guys here.
So good.
He's Dennis the Menacing all over the place.
And it's like, these guys have guns. Like, what are you doing?
What? Oh, and we get some real B-level Indiana Jones bad guys coming in here going, I would this old Indy gonna steal stuff.
One of them is really wacky and always does the wrong thing. I love it. He shoots weird. He's dumb. He keeps getting rocks.
I guess.
Oh, he's great.
I guess in the defense of, if you're gonna have the kid overtake some bad guys, they are the most incompetent morons.
That's true.
They are the wet bandits.
from Home Alone. You know what? Better movie if this was just Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. 100%.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
You get a funny bit where Evie kicks a snake at Rick, and then he busts open a chamber because he's tired of her trying to get in through,
They do this little callback thing that they do a couple of times. It's like, do this my way. He's like,
callbacks,
I'm gonna do this my way.
Yeah, how about 2 hours of callbacks?
2 hours and 3 minutes.
And of course, immediately. Actually, Brendan, you're underquoted. I believe it's 2 hours 9.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I have it listed at 129 minutes, which is a totally fine length for an adventure movie. It just is speaking to pacing it, as always.
Yeah.
It's not the length of the movie; it is always the pacing of the movie.
Sure.
Because I've seen good 3-hour movies, of course, but they get in here, and immediately Evie goes, something so familiar about this place.
And she knows where all the trap doors are. And,
why?
Why? She's like, I know how to open this fancy key thing.
It just feels like they're like, we didn't do this in the last movie, and most mummy movies do this, so yeah. Because we've seen so many mummy movies where the female lead ends up being reincarnated Egyptian princess. It's always the case. And I think I can't remember. I think I might have applauded the last movie for going, I'm so glad they didn't do that. And then it's like, oh wait, no, let's do that.
No, they did, yeah.
But also it does that thing. It's sort of a retcon, right? Where it's like, actually, no, not only was she there, she was the one who saw everything they did and sicked the guards on Imhotep. And you're like, oh, for the
she was the daughter of the
pharaoh.
Of the pharaoh, and his betrothed is the one that hooked up with Imhotep behind his back, and then they killed him. So she's like the resurrected daughter out for revenge.
And but then also,
it's like the worst way that this kind of thing can happen.
Right. And, And then the other thing that once again, sort of like they're just throwing everything into this is like, also then we literally have the resurrected Anaxunamun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't love, like, things don't always need to be like over explained, but like in this one instance, I would love to know why Patricia Velasquez is A, here, and B, knows about any of this, and C, like, what kind of shit was she doing that when this curator was like, hey, you're the reincarnated version of this evil guy's lover, do you want to do some crime, that she was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah. I'm not doing anything else right now, so why not? Yeah, it is, and because they just pop into the movie. All of a sudden, there's just this crew of bad guys, and you're like, oh, okay, and what's been happening in the 8 to 10 years since Imhotep went away? How long have they been putting this plan together?
A long time.
I guess so.
Well, the main baddie before Imhotep, we find out, is the curator of the Cairo Museum, which weirdly no one recognizes until the kid's like, oh, I know him, he's the curator.
Oh yeah.
And then later Evie of the British Museum. And then Evie later goes, oh, that's you, blah blah blah. I had no idea you were trying to raise Imhotep. That's crazy.
Mr. Hafez.
Sure, let's go with that.
Alan Armstrong is this actor who will
another Steven Sommers favorite. He will show up in Van Helsing.
He is in Van Helsing. He's kind of the M of that thing, right?
He's like a cardinal or some shit.
Yeah, he's one of the officials at the church who sends Van Helsing out on missions.
Good fucking movie. Sorry, I know we're not there yet.
I have issues with that movie, but I generally...
same. But it's... I was 12, or I think I was like 11 when that one came out.
No, I have similar feelings about it. I know why it doesn't work, but I've also seen it like 8 times.
I'm going to be the bad guy on that podcast.
That's going to be a John Loves Monster Killing Weapons episode, though. As always, because that movie has sick weapons.
It does have sick weapons.
Yeah, they let's see here. Oh yeah, there's a combination with vaults. Whatever. This is a bunch of nonsense at the beginning here.
They it's like, okay, they find the Scorpion King's bracelet.
They find the Scorpion King's bracelet.
We did
and then the whole place floods because this movie can't ever be 10 minutes away from some big action beat.
Yeah. It's so... The other thing I was noticing is that, and watching this in such quick succession with The Mummy, is like, there is not a lot of time to like sit in stuff.
No.
Like there's not nearly as much anticipation, there's not nearly as much like tension building or scene building. Everything just happens. And it's weird that this movie is 2 hours and 9 minutes because it feels so fucking rushed.
It's weirdly overstuffed and rushed at the same point. It's so interesting. This movie just and that's the thing where I'm going like, it's not horrible. It's like I just want to tell the movie to calm down, move that aside, just give it a beat. It's all the like, I get you want it, but it's just like, no, we got to get over here. We got to do this thing. And you just, it's anyway. So they get the stuff. Meanwhile, we have the bad guys digging up Imhotep out of the city of the dead, which I love that he's encased in this weird like
goop.
Yeah, he's in like
I think it's supposed to be like amber or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very he's encased in hardened goop though. I think is
hardened goop.
And okay, this is I have seen this movie several times as well. But I was watching it again last night, going, okay, so the plan is they're gonna get Imhotep back so he can defeat the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
So that then he'll control the armies of Anubis? Is that the idea?
Yes.
And take over the world?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. And it has...
Because they are assuming that Imhotep would want to do that. Which they are correct, but...
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about, where it almost just feels like it's like, Imhotep, you want to fight the Scorpion King, take over the world? He's like, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
By the way, can I get Anaxinamen back?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Also, my girlfriend's here. Oh man, this is the best day ever.
That's what I mean. That's
I like when they
Imhotep just kind of lucks into this plan, which is a little like
when he's resurrected and he's our CG mummy version, and they introduce him to Patricia Vasquez. It's like, I even brought you your reincarnated queen. And he goes, yeah, in body only. That's got to be a big dig. He's like going, yeah, you look like her. I mean, I do you.
Yeah.
But you don't got the spirit in you.
That's great though. It's that he didn't fall in love with her just for her body.
Well, it's not.
No,
I mean,
that is sweet.
We stand a wife guy.
I mean, once again, that's an interesting thing that could have been explored in a movie that was willing to take the time to explore it, where it's like, you may look like the woman I love. Like, that could have been a whole dynamic that, no.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
No
time, man.
Nope.
No time. We got some crazy action sequences
because it's, I mean, they resurrect Imhotep and they do all this stuff. So, and then it's just like, but we got to get to London. But oh wait, what's this amongst the bad guys? It's Ardeth Bay in disguise, going, oh, they're going to London. My friends live in London. I need to go back. Now I haven't seen them in probably 10 years, but you know what? I'm also their bestest pal.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
how did I get to London?
Who cares? How does anyone get anywhere? It doesn't matter.
This is the first. I do like that line where he's like, "This was my first bus ride."
Yeah.
Once again,
I like
fucking
that too.
Oded Fair, and that is an example of the movie needed. That's one of the better, because a lot of the jokes really do just bomb in this movie. But that one, not bad. Not a bad little one-liner. And Oded Fair is awesome. And so we go back to their mansion in England.
Which I can't confirm this, but I'm pretty sure that manor house is where some of the interior of the Cairo Museum things were filmed in the first one. Again, I cannot confirm, but I'm almost positive.
I can confirm that's correct.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah. They repurposed a lot of it. It's in the trivia. Yeah, absolutely. No, they're because there's a lot of, I think, once again, because of the rush job, it's a lot of, okay, what resources do we already have from the first movie that we can somehow repurpose into this movie? So they, and immediately, this is what I'm talking about with the, like, they get back to the house and Rick's like, oh, and by the way, he wears a fedora briefly, and then we got to ditch that for legal reasons.
Yeah, I'm glad that costume didn't last, because it was pretty bad.
Yeah. No, it's all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I didn't think it was possible to make Brendan Fraser look bad, but I don't love it. Also, the thing about, don't put the hat on him, his hair is the iconic Rick O'Connell look. Yeah.
It's good hair. It's always has been. The way the strands that operate on their own. Come on.
Very, and once again,
beautiful.
Perfectly made an action figure. You know, I mean, like that. I mean, in some ways, that's the comic booky iconography of it. But yeah, he's like, so glad to be home, and immediately she's like, yeah, we need to head right back out and look into this stuff. And I just thought, why even? Because the movie, once it's like I see you want to do, like, Rick is going like, I think we need to do less adventuring. And she's like, we need to be more adventuring. But the movie also doesn't take the time to really dig into that. And, you know, once again, they'll get into that even more in the fucking terrible third movie. Where they're bored.
You're not getting my hopes up really well for that one. I gotta say,
I haven't seen the third. I haven't seen the third one in a long time, but I remember there's a lot of like, we miss adventuring. Our lives are boring now. So they come home. Yeah, they and of course, that little scamp. He just is opening up secret boxes and putting on bracelets.
Yeah, he sure is. And wait, does he get the vision immediately when he puts it on?
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
No. It does a VR kind of thing. It sort of sprays out and shows the location. And this is just, man, again, the writing on this.
Yeah, because it was written in a weekend, clearly.
Like Comics or Marvel would send this back going, really? He just gets a map through a bracelet. It just immediately
I mean, it always, I'm just gonna keep going back, but it's just like, that's a first draft thing where it's like, we'll figure out a better way, but we just need to kind of get something on paper. What, we have to shoot it tomorrow? Oh shit.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, we'll make it work.
I guess maybe it'll look cool and people won't care. And I guess people didn't, because they went to this. Yeah. I mean,
I know I did.
Well, I mean, look, 12-year-old me didn't give a shit, man, as long as they were blowing stuff up and there were mummies running around. They shot a lot of guns in this movie. There's way more bullets in this movie. So, you know, that satisfied me. But I now understand my dad, who took me to this, going, I don't think that one was as good as the last one. I was like, are you crazy, Dad? There was more things in it. And now, in my 30s, I'm going, my dad was kind of right. That was a little rough.
You're like, wait a minute.
Last one.
Father does know best.
Let's not go that far.
Yeah. My dad's got some weird opinions, too. But,
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he puts that on. Yay, we have a thing now. Let's see, bad guy. Oh, the bad guys bust in and immediately start questioning Jonathan as to the location of this, because Jonathan is banging a showgirl of some sort. You know, he's such a scamp. He's also a scamp. This kid's a scamp. Jonathan's a scamp. There's lots of scamps.
The bad guys bust in thinking that he's Rick, which he's not.
No, it's like you guys didn't. I understand you haven't met him, but like you don't have a picture.
It's the 1930s.
Yeah. Well, luckily,
none of social media profile. They're like, oh, that's what he looks like.
We just went on like Rick O'Connell's Facebook.
They're like, where is the thing? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Please don't kill me. And they're about to kill him.
They're about to kill him.
I was really worried. I was like,
what
if they killed Jonathan?
Because they're Egyptian bad guys, they brought an asp with them, of course.
But don't worry, everybody. It's rubber, and it doesn't look very convincing.
Well, actually, another thing pointed out in the trivia was the snake from the beginning of the movie. She's like, careful, those are poisonous. It's not a poisonous snake.
No. Great.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be poisonous anyway. It'd be venomous.
That was also brought up.
Oh, nice.
That was also mentioned in the trivia, too, that they use poisonous, and that's wrong. And you would think an educated woman like Evie would know that.
It's not her fault. It's the writers.
Gee, I can't figure out why Rachel Weisz didn't come back.
Rachel Weisz.
All right. This is
I sing it every time.
I know.
I can't wait to see Dead Ringers.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't either. I want to watch it very badly.
I'm always a little bit. People do seem to like it though, but I'm always like, you're making Cronenberg. I don't know.
That's kind of my problem. I mean,
but I do love Rachel Weisz, who's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm a little torn. That's why I haven't watched it. But anyway, but I have seen this movie multiple times. So you know, it's no matter what, I'm sure it's better than this.
About us.
Yeah. Anyway, but don't worry, Rick O'Connell busts in before they can kill him with an asp. And then more henchmen show up to confront Evie, but don't worry, Ardeth... This is one of those movies where everybody just so luckily arrives all at the same time.
Yeah.
Ardeth Bay got to London at the exact same moment these guys did. They all get to the O'Connell house at the same time.
The timing was exquisite.
But that being said, I don't mind this action sequence in the house. Like, the action's pretty good, I think, when you got Oded Fair sword fighting guys and Rick O'Connell's leaping around. You know, it's fine.
Fine. Yeah. Can I just say that they picked the right weapons for not just this scene, but for every scene, Rick should always have the shotgun. Because he looks great using a shotgun and reloading it with the, he's got the shells in his mouth.
That's great. That's the stuff.
And Oded Fair with a Tommy gun every time he's up there.
Every time.
I'm like, that's iconic.
I love the thing when, of course I do. That's aimed right at me when Rick O'Connell opens up his trunk and it's just full of guns. He goes, you want the shotgun? And Ardeth Bay's like, I prefer the Thompson. And you're like, dude, hell yeah, man. The most exciting part to me is when they're just sniping mummies off the back of that bus. I could have watched that for a good 20 minutes.
I'm all about it.
No, because that's the thing. It feels like that's the thing where it's like we have these cool action scenes that we've come up with. We have no idea how to get to each one.
Yeah.
But people are going to love these actions. That's sort of the thing. I'm like, it's the connective tissue that really doesn't work. I think most of the action is pretty decent. For the most part, although I have some serious problems with the needless speed ramping in the final fight, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
What? Needless?
That came out of nowhere. That was in no way part of the first movie or the visual language of this franchise, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, right, 2001. You had to put
that was Steven Sommers stretching his legs artistically and saying, look what I can do.
No, that was Mission Impossible 2 was very successful last summer. Let's do some of that. We get this big fight in the house. They take. I do have to point out, just because, as always, Rick O'Connell fanboy here. When they throw the snake at him and he throws it back, and then they throw the knife at him and he catches it and throws it into a guy.
So fucking good.
Yeah, that just rules. That just rules. No, it's delivering on that front. But then, they do kidnap Evie, and then while this is happening, we get comedy with Jonathan and Alex as Jonathan breaks a key in the thing, so he has to steal a double-decker bus. Which, fine. Yep. Once again, fine. It's it's a little bit like, how do we get it? We want a double-decker bus. How do we get it? Let's do it. But I'm fine with it. Like I said, them shooting the mummies.
But it was
on the
just
streets.
more wacky Jonathan mishaps and clumsiness, and come on. And then Rick being exasperated. What? We have to chase them in a double-decker bus, and you're like, yes, please.
I mean, it's fine. That's the thing. Is like,
and those CG mummies, they are climbing on buildings.
I do like the one that's only half a mummy and it's climbing the handles on the bus. Very cool. Good. Very cool. There's little inventive stuff. All the stuff I like in this movie are like individual moments within bigger moments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh, there's a creative idea. Go with more of that. No? Okay. That being said, I'm not going to have nice things to say when we get to pygmy mummies, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are we using that word?
They are using that word.
That's fair.
They are using, and that is all the, at least, do they, I don't know if they say in the movie, but all the materials, all the behind the scenes materials refer to them as that.
Yeah. They do say it in the movie.
I thought they did,
but I will say,
but like all
they are responsible for the only creepy bit.
Yeah, again,
but it's also.
I mean, we'll get.
We'll get there, but also they're also definitely ripping off the Lost World during that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think there's some things being ripped off here. I think there's a lot being ripped off every few minutes,
including ripping off their own movie frequently, which I think is also the movie this most rips off is The Mummy.
It's basically a shot-for-shot remake.
Just with more.
It is just like, I mean, it's almost like Summers went, oh great, I'll just take this outline, put it here, change these words, and then
You like that big sandstorm with the big face in it?
Yeah.
What if it's a big wall of water?
Yeah. What if
it's 2001? We can make CGI water look good, right?
It'll look totally fine
in concept.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. Well, it's just the effects guys going, well, sure, if you give us 6 months, what do we have? 5 days? Oh.
Okay.
It ain't gonna look good. Sorry, Brendan
paid
Fraser.
Overtime? Also, no.
Oh no. Oh Lord, no. I don't think so. So yeah, they take Evie and they take her to the London Museum. And this is where they're gonna do the ceremony to resurrect.
Oh yeah,
Imhotep.
I guess it is set up in the back, and that's right.
This is where they're going to do the ceremony to resurrect Imhotep,
sure.
And they've brought her there to sacrifice her?
No, it's more like, hey, we're going to bring him back, and the first... Sorry. Noxinamood and the curator are like, hey, the first thing you get to see is your archenemy dying. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is just like, he is going to love this. We got a little surprise for him. We just
surprise party.
Hey, buddy, we just want to let you know we love you. This is for you. You're gonna and they're gonna. By the way, you're gonna see her because we're gonna dump her into fire for some reason.
Yeah, into a flaming sarcophagus.
Yeah,
I thought
man.
It was great.
What a fitting end, right?
When Imhotep comes in and they've got the little noisemakers for the party, and they're like, and he's like,
big
welcome
back. They got a big banner that says welcome back, Imhotep.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
They have a whole big buffet table full of
of course,
big
of course.
buffet table with the
they
Tana
respect
leaves
his culture.
on it.
Yeah. Oh,
Tana leaves made up.
Tana leaves. Love
Can I take a werewolf break real quick?
Oh, go ahead and take your werewolf break.
I'm old. It's time for a werewolf break. Imhotep is up. He's gonna get Evie sacrificed to him.
He's gonna get Evie sacrificed to him. But I gotta say, I do. Once again, it's just individual stuff. Brendan Fraser leaping through fire. Never not gonna love it. Just never not gonna love it. It rules. He's so good at this stuff. He's just a great action hero. Like, it kind of bums me out that this was. I mean, they did. Oh, I forgot about Journey to the Center of the Earth. Doesn't need to be talked about, but it's sort of like, why weren't there?
I've never seen it, and I won't.
If not more of these.
Hey, John, don't forget about Looney Tunes back in action.
Which I know your Brendan. I know your brother Robin.
Robin prefers that to any of the space jamming.
Yeah, he's great. Once again, I say what you will about that movie. Brendan Fraser, always great, always great. And
love the bit where he plays off of himself playing a caricature of a prissy Brendan Fraser. Always so good.
That's the thing about this guy, is often the material didn't live up to how talented he is. He could sell anything.
Yes.
Like that's the thing. It's just like, this guy showed up ready to play, and these movies just let him down. I feel like there was a whole, this same year, Monkey Bone comes out.
Monkey Bone.
And you're like, he is so game in that movie, but that movie is garbage. I am a mild, because I don't want mild bedazzled defender. I think that movie's pretty fun, and I think he's very funny in it.
Oh, he's very funny. Bottom line.
Yeah. I never caught, was it Inkheart? Is that was the franchise
non-starter?
No,
I never saw that.
Okay, this is my journey to the center of the earth. Inkheart does not need to be talked about.
Okay. All right, fair. By the way, I
still don't even have the heart to watch it again. I don't have the Inkheart to watch it again.
Oh no!
I see what you did there.
That was your Gene Shalit-esque poll quote. I don't have the Inkheart to watch it again.
I loved those books, so I was very upset. But maybe I'll give it a chance someday.
Yeah, it was supposed to be launching another. There have been so many.
They
grabbed whatever was a popular young adult series and tried to turn it to
the mid-2000s. I saw so many attempted franchise starters.
Aragon,
Golden Compass. I went to all of those.
Maze Runner. I mean, they did.
Maze Runner did. Yeah, Maze Runner.
Maze Runner was moderately. Well, I think those movies were so cheap to make that it was just
that was one of that was
just keep.
That was it. It was like, how are there 4 of these movies when seemingly no one goes to them?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he leaps in, saves Evie, but oh shit, Emotep's back, baby.
Baby.
And Emotep looks fine because they already figured out how to program.
They are literally. They just pulled that file back up. That's all they did.
Yeah. You mean the CGI?
I mean the CGI.
Yeah.
I was gonna go on a huge tangent about bringing him back from the dead, but I won't do that. It's fine. I don't need to do that.
No, well, you mean you can, but yeah, no, he. It's
not necessary. They do it. It's fine.
They do it. It's fine.
But I mean, I think that's also, but a little bit of it starts to get into that Friday the 13th thing, where it's just like, well, it just seemed pretty easy to just bring him back. Here he's back now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And why is he
the
back?
guy who almost destroyed the entire world?
And of course, he's like, what year is this? And I want them to just be like, it's actually not that long after when you went into the thing.
Yeah,
you haven't been gone that long.
Don't worry about it. You haven't missed a whole lot.
It's the year of the Scorpion.
It's the year of the Scorpion.
Really? He says it's the year of the Scorpions, which I thought was weird that Emotep was a fan of German rock.
Now, see, I took it to be he was a member of the rival gang from Greece. That was what I had thought was what he was up to.
Oh, and I thought it was a drive thing.
Oh,
a drive thing.
Yeah, right.
It's just
jacket.
Oh
has
man,
a scorpion on it and drive.
I gotta say though, you know what? I mean, we already have Brendan Fraser, but we could up the hunkitude a little bit and get some Gosling in here while we're
up the hunkitude.
Up the hunkitude.
Is what John
turn
just
that hunkitude up to 11.
I am always ready to turn that dial. Yeah, let's get some more.
11.
Let's get some more hunkitude. Charming hunks, by the way, not CW hunks.
That's true.
These are very different things.
No, those are jocks.
Yeah, yes. There's that's great. A difference between jocks and hunks. So he's back. Everybody's upset. He immediately is like. Let's see. My notes just like big shootout. Because there's so much firing of guns, which I'm always on board for. Suddenly Emotep has new powers in this movie. Can we talk about this? No, he's got sudden force abilities.
So I will go on my tangent about bringing him back from the dead. Okay.
Oh, please do.
So,
I would have been I would have been disappointed if he hadn't.
Had this thought last night. Because the way he was killed in the first movie does not line up with the curse of the curse of the Homdai, which gave him all of his it's like, okay, so he had his powers when he died in the first one.
Okay, yes.
Sure.
And all it did was make him mortal. So whatever,
Right.
because they clearly did a different ritual to bring him back this time.
Right.
Yeah.
So clearly whatever that was just making him alive again. He doesn't, or immortal again, because he doesn't die when he gets shot in his mummy form.
Right.
And the whole box thing, I'm just like, it just seems like, oh, whatever killing Imhotep in ancient times, because they have the jars of his stuff still. Right. I don't think that's what's in the box when the dipshits bring it to the train. Yeah. I think it's just this box. If you open this box, Imhotep will take your organs and kill you. It doesn't matter if there's nothing. I don't know. Like I'm doing all these backflips because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Did we need any of that stuff with the magic box? None of that has anything to do with any. I was like, what is the point? In fact, once again, having seen this movie several times, when that happened, I went, I don't actually remember this, because even as many times I've seen it, who the fuck cares?
Same here, and I'm usually someone who, in this case, if a movie is close to being quite good, but it has something like this, like a logical fallacy, then it will drive me crazy. This movie, pretty quickly, I just was like, I'm just going to watch it. I stopped caring.
Is it so bad that the logical fallacies don't even faze you anymore?
That's kind of That's kind of it's the reverse, right? It's either so good that the couple logical fallacies, like, it keeps it from being perfect, or it's so bad that the logical fallacy is just like, well, just add it to the toll, man. Here we go again. Put it on the list. Well, this also doesn't make sense. But it is just kind of like, it is almost like the movie just going like, I don't know, man. We just need Imhotep back. Can we just move on? But yeah, okay. But here's another. He opens up these jars and a bunch of magic sand pours out, and suddenly mummies form.
Yeah.
What is this?
The soldier mummies, specifically from the climax, of course, because we got to bring.
Well, and also easy to program. We already have those on the computer too. While we're at it,
yeah.
But it is. I mean, that is sort of the thing where it's like, did you like Brendan Fraser shooting a bunch of soldier mummies and stuff in the last movie? Get ready for that times 100 in this thing.
There's going to be so many more.
He's going to shoot so many more mummies in this movie. You won't even believe it. And even I, somebody who loves watching Brendan Fraser shoot mummies, was like, it's enough already, guys.
It's enough. It gets a little tiring.
Well, it gets a little tiring because there's nothing new. It's not a new kind of mummy. He doesn't have to come up with a new way to kill it. You also never get anything as cool as him killing them with swords either.
Yeah.
Like, it's all just
no, but you do have that thing later on where is it with the shotgun where he shoots a dude and then he flips the shotgun and catches it again?
Oh,
there's some move that he does later in the movie.
You also
where
get
it's a badass move.
You also get,
damn, that's cool.
You also get him one-handed with the shotgun shooting some of the pygmy mummies, and I'm here for it. That's great, and that's what I'm talking about. Come up with some new ways for him to kill mummies at a certain point.
And also, if you're going to have like the cool shot or two, then reduce the stuff, the filler.
Yeah.
Because that will increase the impact of the cool moment.
No.
If everything
in this movie
by like bam, 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 bam.
The big note on this movie was always more.
More. Yeah.
More.
Yeah. It starting with the soldier mummies presents a problem that the movie does not ever solve, which is these were this was the climax of the previous movie. Like, we anteed up to that, and now we are starting with that in this movie.
Right.
You cannot raise that ante. Like, you can't, especially because, I mean, you could. They just don't. Like, right?
Well, I think the big thing, I mean, like I said, and my big note to fix this movie is not a note to fix this movie. It's a page one rewrite. But, I mean, like, it just seems like throw them at something else, right? Throw them at a new threat.
Right, we start, like, we have this cult of Anubis, which, again, also goes nowhere. But, like, don't even really have any conflict with them.
No, there's and like, when we get to the army of Anubis at the end, there's, like, some fighting with the Medjai, but what Stephen Sommers wants to present as this big David Lean-esque battle sequence is kind of
Well, the whole point of it at the end is that literally it's, all right, this is it. This is what we were made for. We're gonna die on our feet, and then it's just like, oh no, everything got fixed.
That eliminates how badass when Ardeth Bay is like, to the death, and I was like, yeah.
I mean, that's great. And then it's just like, oh, we didn't have to do anything. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's like when you kill the alien leader and all the other aliens drop. I'm always kind of like, oh.
Yep.
Like, at least have them fight for a little bit before they all drop.
Roger, another observation. Roger Ebert's review. He's like, so I get all the Anubis guys disappear, but why are there no dead Medjai bodies on the ground? Because that kind of robs that of feeling like anything happened. I'm like, you're right, Roger. You're right.
You're right, Roger.
And he's not always right.
R.I.P.
No.
The man is not always right.
When he gets it, he gets it.
Oh, look, yes. I mean, he was one of those guys where it's like, even if I disagree, I respect where you're coming from. And I can't say that about basically anyone reviewing movies today.
Ever.
So, yeah.
No.
So, yeah. So they save Evie. Oh, I do like the smushed mummy on the overpass. That was a cool, different way to kill a mummy.
Sure.
And
like a
cartoony
fucking Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
But very,
it was literally Looney Tunes.
And so they're like, yay, we saved Evie, everything's going all right. Oh shit! Then they grab the kid and they're out of there. Damn. Yep. And they
beans.
And they take the kid and put him on a train. Now we're going to be train bound for a lot of this movie.
Yeah, now we're on a train
to Egypt.
Sure, a train through Egypt.
Yeah.
I don't know. A train that conveniently can go to like at least a couple different tombs.
This is a structural problem I have with this whole section of the movie is like...
Is this where they bounce from location to location?
And I don't know why. What are they getting at each location?
Well, no, I think they're trying to zero in. Isn't it the whole thing that...
Well, that's also lame.
Alex knows where things are supposed to be, but won't tell them, and they're like... Could be this tomb or something?
No, it's like so what happens is every time it's like a fucking scavenger hunt that activates the location-based activation of his fucking Scorpion Apple Watch, where he goes to the place, and as soon as he's in the right area, the Scorpion bracelet shows him where to go next.
I thought it showed him where to go.
ARG treasure map.
Great.
I thought it showed where to go immediately, and then he was leaving clues. I mean, at the very beginning, he's like, "Oh, you go here, you go here, you go here."
Kid,
but then he's also leaving clues.
This kid's
and he's an artistic genius.
I was gonna say the sandcastle building is insane.
He's really good.
I also did
impossible in some instances.
Some might even say impossible. Yes. The other thing I did think is because they give him water, which he pours to make and I thought like maybe drink the water. You're in the desert, kid. It does seem like maybe. I understand you're trying to leave clues.
He has to leave clues.
But I'm like,
and also they're gonna give him more water. He can annoy Loch Ness some more.
Oh, let's talk about
that. Would be my favorite hobby.
He's so wasted in this movie, right? This actor.
It's true.
I like him a lot.
I do not know how to pronounce his name, and I'm so sorry because I
looked it up.
Oh, good.
Because I mean,
he's great.
We're gonna be talking about him, so
I've always really liked this guy.
Yeah, his first name is pronounced Adewale. So.
Okay.
Adewale Akingoye Akbaje.
I've seen him in some stuff. He's always good.
He's really good.
He's got one of those faces where when he gives an intense look,
there's a reason he shows
up. Me down as scared and horny.
He shows up in a ton of stuff because he's got that vibe. Like he's
got that vibe.
I mean, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, he's Mr. Echo from Lost. I was a huge Lost fan, and he was great on there.
I hated that he was written out.
Yeah,
but I mean, he.
Yeah, and he was. I actually think he was really good as Killer Croc in a very mixed bag of a Suicide Squad movie.
Probably like. One of two good things about that movie.
Yeah, he was really good, and that makeup, he looked awesome.
If they ever made a Mandrake the magician movie, he'd make a great Lothar.
Sure. I just saw him in the Liam Neeson Philip Marlowe movie. He was pretty badass in it.
All right.
He was kicking a ton of ass as sort of his badass sidekick in it. So this guy is great. And he's doing, once again, like everybody. Everybody's great in this. This character is just nothing and goes out in a non-exciting way, except for it's meant to be Jonathan gets to do a cool thing.
No.
Yeah,
no. He does get Ardith does like they do have their face off, and he does kill him. Like Ardith does.
It's Ardith versus him, and that is a payoff because the early thing when they met up, this is similar to Atuma and Okoye in Wakanda Forever, because when these two meet up in the he's like
exes.
Well, not exes. He just goes.
Okay, agree to disagree.
All right, but he's like,
I have my read.
You think Okoye and Atuma the Atlantean?
Oh
got
no,
busy?
I'm saying Ardith Bay and Loch
This
Nah.
movie.
Oh yeah, but the whole thing is like,
you know what?
Yeah.
There's so much mythology in this movie. You could be right. Like I was saying, make up your own backstory. Everybody's got crazy, complicated backstories.
Basically, he's like going, you fight pretty well for Magi, but yeah, you're pretty lame, and you're not going to succeed, ha ha ha. So at the end, the guy who's just okay takes him down, and he looks at him like, shit, you're the real deal, right before he dies.
Oh, shit.
I read that more as, and actually I have a whole, like,
I've read your fan. Yeah, I've read
in my head, but I won't get into that.
Fiction. I've read it.
Yeah,
it's very.
Anyway, he's mainly just here to be like, ooh, that kid though. Like that's kind of
so this is where my main Alex defense comes in. My Alex O'Connell defense is that my elaboration on him being a good annoying sidekick is that annoying sidekicks are best utilized when they are being annoying to the villains.
Sure.
And I think that is utilized very well here.
I agree.
I actually think he is better in these scenes because, once again, he isn't adding to this sort of awkward chemistry. Because I think that's why I said my issue is sort of like the dynamic of the heroes is weird here because there's like too many pieces to it. So I actually do think him being shuffled off to annoy the bad guys is better. And actually, Roger Ebert really liked this kid, and particularly he's like, I love that he's a kid, and he's saying, "Are we there yet?" And the bad guys are mad.
Yeah.
Another stray Roger Ebert.
Fuck yeah, Roger. Thank you for agreeing with me.
I
like annoying sidekicks if they're also competent. And the one thing they did well with Alex, which is very Mary Sue-ish, but I was going to
say he's maybe a little bit too competent, just a little bit.
He's just a brilliant child.
Yeah,
and not only does he know a bunch of stuff, he also knows how to play a situation too perfectly. But that's okay because it's this kind of movie. You're like, he's actually
Have you seen his parents?
Yeah, he's actually doing.
That's the thing is that like both Evie and Rick are also Mary Sue's.
No question.
Yeah.
I think what I would like to have seen is some moment where that slips a little bit and he's a little more scared and something. He's pretty much just awesome and has everything handled.
Because it's a Disney movie. It feels like a Disney movie.
But I feel like even a Disney movie would have let... Like, the scene to do that is the scene where they bring him to Imhotep, which is right here. And they kind of get it. Also, why is Imhotep suddenly able to speak English?
Unclear.
Yeah, because that's one of the things we really praised about the first movie, and this movie
he absorbed some of it when he absorbed those bad dudes.
Yeah, but he absorbed tons of English speakers in the first movie and didn't have them.
You're right.
And also, only in this scene does he speak English. Pretty much every other scene, he's back to Egyptian.
It's weird. There's a weird like, okay. Pocahontas moment. It is a Disney movie. There's a weird Pocahontas moment where as he's saying, I know you can understand me, it closes up on his face in such a pointed way that when it takes back and he starts speaking English, I took that as a visual cue that he's still speaking ancient Egyptian.
Okay.
But not, I don't know, guys.
That Alex knows.
I also thought a thing to do might have been having the Anaxunamun just be translating for him. Could have also been a thing where it's like that would have.
I didn't mind him speaking English. I just didn't like the way he started with sup. I just thought, I don't want to hear Imhotep.
It was weird. That's probably why they changed it.
Yeah,
because they they couldn't figure out the translation from ancient Egyptian.
Steven, I'm telling you,
they couldn't figure out how to say sup.
Steven, we've gone through every book. We can't find sup anywhere in here.
We've called so many Egyptologists.
And they said,
all right, he's just going to talk English, okay, for this scene?
Just Jesus. For this scene. Now, see, it's interesting that you said that's like a Pocahontas thing. I would, of course, say that was like a Hunt for Red October thing. Because those are the frame of reference I have. But that's just me. Where
I would have used a Groot reference because they did that in Guardians 3.
They did. Spoilers! No, kind of, but not really.
Shit.
That's right. No, I don't have to. Although this will be coming out by the time you're listening to this.
Everyone's seen it.
Guardians will long be on Disney Plus. My note just says they bring Alex on train, nothing but sass. From this kid.
My dad is going to kick your ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, maybe could have been a little bit more intimidated by this living dead person in front of him.
Yeah,
sure. And they feed the
even if he had gotten there, like he started scared, but then kind of built back up to the confidence of my dad is gonna kick your ass. And also, I just love once again. It was like 10 years ago, I guess, because he's back from the dead. But already Imhotep's like, yes, my arch nemesis. You're like, right.
I mean, he's had 10 years to do nothing but think about how Rick O'Connell
10 years and
that Rick O'Connell. Once again, there's so much in this movie of just that whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
Anyway, and once, but. Will get kind of explained, but as I'm watching, I am still like just in this moment of the movie. I'm going like, and we're on this train. Why? And then almost because it's almost like they're checking the boxes of a blockbuster action movie thing. It's like, and now a ticking clock is introduced. That when this sand runs out and the sun rises, the scorpion bracelet will kill this kid.
I'm going to advance a clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just it's just kind of like we have to put this in here, and that's fine. But it's just once again we're just stacking element on element on element in the plot here.
And
all I can say is I was worried.
You were
and
real
it takes so much time to get to that.
Yes, all of this it does feel like maybe the first. What if this movie had opened with the resurrection of Imhotep? Like that. If that was the start. If when they found the bracelet was also people are bringing Imhotep back. Yeah, it does feel like it's just like
But they were bringing Imhotep back because of the Scorpion King. So
what I'm saying is, what if they were trying? Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like the Scorpion King and Imhotep stuff just doesn't mesh very well. It sort of feels like it needed to be all about Imhotep or it needed to be all about the Scorpion King.
Yeah, like if my page 1 rewrite would just be that this cult of Anubis is trying to resurrect the Scorpion King and serve the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we are doing this for the purpose of Scorpion King takeover worlds.
Yes.
And then through that it would change all the aesthetics, all the bad guys they're facing wouldn't just be retreads of the first movie. Yeah. What if it had been more mystical in that sense, and we did get more into the world of the Egyptian gods? It wasn't just a new. Once again, that's a whole different thing. But none of these. It's not even these specific ideas. It just feels like just do something different. Because from now on, if we got to go track down our kid, I have another wacky pilot friend we could talk to.
Yeah, because the last one died.
They have so many wacky friends, and it's more backstory hints of like, you remember that bank job back in the it's like,
and was that before you became a soldier or after?
Yeah,
doesn't
matter.
Remember my Han Solo-esque scoundrel background?
There's the funny bit about, when did you lose your eye? And he goes, I didn't. I just wear this to look distinguished.
And this is another good actor. Sean Parks is this guy who is very good.
We like him.
And I mean, I've seen him be good in a bunch of stuff. And,
he deserves not to be on a very fake-looking balloon set.
Oh, his dirigible. It's not a balloon. It's a dirigible.
It's a dirigible.
Yeah.
Dirigible with a freaking blue screen behind them. Jeez.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time on this, clearly. Because, although this is a thing Ebert goes, this looked very pretty. I'm like, did it, Roger? I know.
Did it, Roger?
Well,
were you really just pretty? Looking for something?
I will just say I already looked ahead, and I will be very upset when Roger Ebert gave Tomb of the Dragon Emperor the best rating of the 3 Mummy movies.
What?
So, yeah. What? So Roger and I, the ghost
that
of Roger.
was close to the end, though, wasn't it?
I did read the review, going, he's not well. I know he's not well. He wasn't seeing this with good eyes, obviously.
He wasn't wearing his Roger Ebert glasses for this one.
No. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Brendan and I will. Elliott's made very clear. No,
you guys can't have fun with that one.
I also tried.
I'll come up to Seattle with you guys to see Subspecies, but I'm not going to watch Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Well, you stand Radu. Let's be honest. I mean, come on. Yeah,
we love Radu.
And finally, this new one is the origin of Radu. We finally get the origin.
We finally see how he got those fingies.
Yeah.
I hope there's an extended birthing scene.
Well, I'll tell you what I do want is him to look at his hands and the fingers start growing in this one.
Yes.
Yeah, that better happen. Or else I want my money back.
These aren't nearly long enough. I need to do something about this.
These are still the fingers of a human. I need vampire fingies. So they, So they're anyway. Now it's the classic dirigible versus train chase, right? You gotta.
And then camels briefly.
And also some camels are in there. I love. Later, well, I guess it's later, but the thing about by the way, Ardith Bay now has a bird. I will say
his best friend.
Out of nowhere. I just
Horace.
I will
Horace
say
the falcon.
This was my cat's favorite part of the movie. Columbo loved anytime the bird was on screen. Other than that, he slept in the movie. But Columbo was like, "Oh my god, this bird is great." He turned to me and said, "This bird is great in this movie." No, yeah. So because
are you sure it wasn't more like, oh, my wife, she loves falcons.
I was just talking to my wife about this and then I
Did you know that falcons were one of the animals that were revered by ancient Egyptians? It's so interesting. My nephew took this whole course on Egyptology.
I don't mean. I know you're watching the movie. I don't mean to bother you.
I don't either. It's just one more thing.
I do have to.
I've been sending notes to the commissioner using this falcon.
I do always have to remind him.
Updates on the case.
I do always have to remind him it's a no smoking building. He can't light up his cigar in here. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to.
I'm sorry. I'll go outside.
He goes out on the. He's the cat's out on the balcony right now smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Boy. In his little trench coat. I'm not one to dress up pets, but believe me, I have I should get him a little trench coat. Let's see. My note just says Ardeth again tells Rick he's a Medjay, because we haven't talked about that. We mentioned that earlier. That I guess he didn't clock this tattoo in the first movie. Ardeth Bay at any point.
Well, okay.
Well, because it was under his badass.
It was under his cool little cuff.
I'm aware.
And so we have to start the movie with Alex being like, "Hey, Dad, I saw your tattoo under your cuff. Let me open your cuff so we can see that tattoo."
Oh,
wow,
boy.
what is with you? You are like this amazing impressionist. I'm sitting there going,
yeah, no, it's
is
sorry,
Alex here?
It's more like, "Oh, blimey, Dad, I saw your tattoo, didn't I?"
Yeah.
That's really
and doesn't he go,
again.
and then I saw that symbol on another thing that was, so, and immediately,
It's
I mean,
Tuesday, isn't it?
it's like, oh boy.
Sorry, this is more me making fun of British people on the whole, not
Sure,
just
I get it.
Alex.
No,
That's
yeah,
fine.
this is all British people talk funny.
But I do love earlier when he's like, "Oh, this gosh dang thing is so heavy," and Evie's like, "Hey, watch your language," and he's like, "Bit weighty, this." That was fucking funny.
Come on, that's hilarious.
Now, was that watch your language or be more British about how you say it?
Yeah.
I also like the way, for MacGuffin's sake, Rick is constantly carrying around the golden staff thing, just because it's like this artifact. He doesn't even know what it's for, but it's always there. Either Jonathan has it or Rick has it at various points.
Someone's pointing at someone with it.
Yeah, and then later it's like, wait a minute, that's a spear. It's going to be
There's a
very
convenient
important.
pictograph to
Oh man, you want to talk about some first draft leftovers? Boy, oh boy,
God.
the pictograph of how to kill the Scorpion King being
Yeah.
in the Scorpion King's tomb. that's embarrassing. That's really
it's
bad.
bad.
It's just bad.
You cannot be proud of that. Stephen Sommers had to go. Jesus, you know what? I got a release date to make though. And obviously they were excited enough about this to give him even more money for Van Helsing a couple years later. So they were all on board. They're like, maybe no more mummies, but how about all the monsters, Stephen? We'll get there though.
And he did a great job.
Oh man, it's like I can feel the migraine starting now.
Oh, my favorite note I took is Alex attempts toilet escape.
Yes.
Yes.
Succeeds a toilet escape.
Yes. It's only that he escapes right to where they were going.
Yes.
So he does,
it's great.
And this is also the first time Imhotep picks some guys up with his force powers and hurls them.
Gee, again, it is like comics. It's like, what do we need him to be able to do right now? He now has that power.
Yeah,
it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, this is, he had powers in the first movie we didn't know who he was, so they were establishing a power set. What's weird is he doesn't do some of those things in this movie, but instead does a bunch of other stuff. So
he calls up the waters instead of the sands.
Yeah.
You're like, what is this guy's deal? What can he do?
Yeah.
What's his deal?
This is also
why does he have to be so mean all the time?
Okay, so they get into the there's also a bunch of dialogue about how Evie's really scared that Alex is going to die.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like it's hard to that's the hard thing is talking about all the stuff. Like this movie goes so fast and it's just like there's barely any time to sit with stuff, but it's hard to talk about because there is really so much shit going on. Like Evie's also having these visions of being Nefertiti and
well,
all this stuff is happening.
This is the big Nefertiti scene. They go into this tomb, and we've seen this before, Brendan, in other mummy movies, where it's like gaze into the waters and see a flashback to our time in ancient Egypt. This is very common in mummy movies. And
she is seeing a backstory and exposition.
At least it's new footage. This isn't like some of those mummy sequels where they would just replay scenes from other mummy movies.
Well, they did, but they mixed it with new ones.
Yes, they did mix it with new ones, but we mainly get this fight. Which I know is your favorite part of the movie, Brendan. But,
okay, all right.
That's all in the weeks leading up to this. He just keeps going. Well, I don't know if it's very good, but there is that bikini dagger fight.
I'm sorry.
Hey, listen. I also love the bikini dagger fight.
Look, we all love it in concept, sure. I will say.
And they are nimble, man. They are flipping. They're running up walls.
Yeah, those stunt doubles are doing a great job.
And actually, the stunt doubles are good body matches.
Well, actually,
they are.
The thing here in the trivia that I have to call bullshit on as you bring that up is they trained for months and did this whole thing themselves, and I'm like, number one, no, because clearly they're doing flips that they're not capable of. And two, if they train for months, there's 8 million cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see at least
they did a lot of it.
I can't remember if it's Patricia Vasquez or why am I blanking? Rachel Weisz. Do a thing and then launch into a backflip, but we don't see her complete it.
Right.
But the one thing was that wasn't her going, oh, she was actually throwing. So I don't know how that ended up. Maybe it was horribly embarrassing, but I could tell that she was actually about to do a flip that wasn't a stunt person. I was like, that's cool.
Right. That's the thing is and this just bringing up what we've been talking about is all of these actors are in it. They are bringing their A game, whether it's with the acting or the physical aspects of the performance.
So does this scene, is it necessary? No. Did I enjoy it? Yes.
Is it bitchin'? Absolutely.
Well, that's the thing about it, though, is
there's this long-standing
it just explains why Evie can suddenly fight when she couldn't in the first movie, and sets up a rivalry to set up the fight between them later. It's a fight to set up another fight.
Yes.
It's so and that's fine, but once again, that's just like if you just did some more work and connected some more pieces in the script, you could make this all a little smoother.
And it's also leading us into the rerun of the previous movie because on the way out, the Pharaoh's like, "Ah, yes, my daughter, she's amazing, isn't she? And look at my betrothed over there on Oxynamen.
All these ladies."
And then Oxynamen and Imhotep share a look between coworkers.
That anyone in the room from 80 feet away would go, dude, they're totally doing it.
But only Nefertiti clocks it. So let's, But they're literally like, they're walking forwards, just staring into each other's eyes. You're like, man.
Yeah. Coworkers.
Do you think something's going on with those two?
Nope. And then
totally normal.
Cut to the scene from the first movie of the murder of the Pharaoh, but only from the outside, the antechamber, and across the courtyard, you've got Nefertiti.
Nefertiti, yeah.
Because
it was supposed to be.
And she's staring, and she's the one that calls the guards. That does explain how the guards knew to be there. That's actually pretty good. She's like, "Go help my dad!"
Wouldn't it be great if Stephen Sommers goes, I had to put that in there because it's just irked me forever about why those guards went this way. I just had to explain that.
The Pharaoh was screaming, and they're his bodyguards, so they probably weren't that far away.
And once again, enough time has passed that, she could have just learned how to fight in the interim and been able to do this.
And they do a couple of those because she's like, I have no idea how I'm doing this, and then she fucking headbutts a dude, and she's like, that I learned from your dad, though.
Yeah, it's like, she could have just learned how to fight. Period. From Rick O'Connell, and because, like I said, nothing comes of this. It doesn't really have much bearing on the plot.
No.
No.
Also, if you're gonna fake out her death, maybe have her be dead longer than 8 minutes or whatever. They bring her back so fucking fast.
Well,
and there's no consequences for it. There's no. Yeah, I can't handle the movie thinking Rachel Weisz might be. But I feel like even 12-year-old me was like counting the minutes till she came back, which is fine.
Well, you read a lot of comics.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If anyone dies in anything, I'm waiting for them to come back.
But if anyone, this major dies in a PG-13 action romp, then it is about,
and that's fine. I don't need to believe she's really going to be dead, but it's like maybe there could be a little bit more stakes around it.
Yeah. Because I do remember, because I don't remember if I saw this in the theater, but I do remember the first time watching it being like, okay, so when are they going to remember that Patricia Velasquez has the Book of the Dead? Because she kind of waved it at them earlier, very purposefully.
And Alex gets one of those.
She was just like, "Peace out, y'all."
Alex gets one of those Dr. House moments where he's like, "Book, Book of the Dead." When
I can try and bring her back.
Say that word again. Yes, book. It's like, are you following this audience?
Cells.
Yeah. So all right, we all end up here in the. We did the whole thing with where they go into the Oasis because that was after the water face. There's a lot. Once again, there's a lot. They do the water face thing.
So much.
The big move with the water face here is it going through the canyon, right? It's turning.
Yeah, and it's chasing them in the dirigible.
Yeah, which crashes, but everybody's fine somehow.
Oh, just like when the plane crashed in the first one, which looked like it would kill everybody, but it only killed the pilot.
Yeah, this one doesn't even kill the pilot because
well, they need him to get back out.
They need him to get back out and maybe sneak him into a third movie that they're obviously imagining. Because I mean, at this point, they're definitely thinking long-term franchise here. Where they go with it is so weird, though. But so we end up in the Oasis, which is what the sacrifice of the Scorpion King's soul created, right?
That's where we saw the incredibly realistic greenery.
The incredibly realistic CGI greenery that goes to an even more incredibly realistic soundstage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Full of plants. That's the thing that's so interesting. This movie is massive budget, but due to the corner cutting and the speed with which they made it, it looks cheap.
Oh, even though it looks cheaper than the first one,
even though it costs way more, it's such a weird dichotomy.
Because even the soundstage stuff in the first one looks so much better.
Yeah, it does.
The scene when they are when the Anubis soldiers are out in the jungle, which is the oasis, and they're attacked by the little mummies. And the thing is, I'm looking at that, I'm going, the way this is lit, this is like community theater.
Yeah.
This looks horrible. This looks like something that Max Fisher put together in Rushmore.
They had like $20 million more on this movie than the last one. But the attention
it ain't on the screen.
Well, this one once again, I think because it tries, not only are they doing it faster, but they're like, we need way more sets.
Yeah,
the first
it is
movie
about
kind of
expansion.
once it gets out to the city of the dead and into the tombs, it kind of stays there. So they really worked on those sets and made them look great.
Well, and if we recall, all of the stuff that was shot in the desert in the first one was shot in the desert.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think they went out
And Steven
there.
Sommers had a fun bit where he was like, I actually, like, a lot of people complain about desert shoots. I love desert shoots because everyone hates being in the desert, so everyone does a really good job so we can get out of the desert faster.
Oh, I like that. They did shoot.
That's a good way of looking at it.
They did shoot a lot in Jordan and Morocco. So I mean, but it doesn't. I don't know. If it's something about the way it's shot.
It doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't. It just this movie everything about this movie feels a little. I said it feels like a less than sequel, even though it's trying to be so much more than.
Yeah. Well, and because you're right, we really only had like 2 major locations in the first one, which was the City of the Dead, aka just being out in the desert, and Cairo.
Yeah.
And it was really easy to, because they didn't film the Cairo stuff. Some of it was filmed in Cairo, some of it was in Morocco, and some of it was in London.
Yeah.
But like, it's a lot easier when you have 2 major locations that your story is taking place.
Yeah.
To spend more time making that look good, right? And in here we've got Egypt to London to back to Egypt, like a bunch of places in Egypt.
Well,
but they saved a lot of money with the long train sequence. Come on.
I mean, that's kind of the thing about it, though, too, right? Is it's like not only is that adding to they're not able to spend the time on these locations, they're also having to really work to get from location to location. And as an audience member, you're going like, why are they going there? Like, okay, now I'm finally caught up with the movie. I'm like, oh, this is the oasis we saw at the beginning. Okay, yeah, now I'm actually able to put geography to where this adventure is going. Where are my Indiana Jones maps? You think those are but like those are such good storytelling shortcuts, and just go, oh, he flew to here to here. Those movies are also better constructed, and I know why he's going to each place.
Yeah. It's almost as if those are really good movies and this one isn't.
Yeah, this one isn't. I mean, that's the thing where I love the Indiana Jones movies, and why I love the first Mummy is I feel that does live up to that franchise. Like I put that.
Oh, I don't think so. But it is Raiders light, and it's it's entertaining.
It is Raiders full, sir. It is
God.
this one is Mummy light. You know, like I said, it's just so we go to the Oasis. By the way, I like you calling them Little Mummies because that's my new favorite Saturday morning cartoon show. Little Mummies.
Little Mummies. Well, did you mean to oh shit, no, what was that cartoon called? It wasn't called Tutankhamun. It was
It's Mummy's Return, isn't it?
I don't know.
No, there was a different.
Well, remember there was one called Mummy's Return that was made
there was a cartoon based on the Mummy that came out.
There was a cartoon.
Oh
yeah, there was a Saturday morning cartoon show in conjunction with this movie.
Mind blown. Had no idea.
Because doesn't it primarily focus on Alex?
Oh, of course. Wouldn't it?
Teutonstein.
Oh, Teutonstein. Hilarious.
I loved Teutonstein.
There was also one called Mummy's Return, which was just about. It was basically like it was another sort of He-Man thing where they all had cool vehicles. They were mummies, but they also had like flying machines and stuff. Yeah, it was just about selling toys. But yeah, I don't remember that Mummy cartoon show being very good. The one based on
No, it wasn't very good.
No, it was. I mean, it was slapped together like a lot of this stuff.
Not a huge budget for the animation. So.
No, that was always just like I think we can milk a little bit more money out of this thing. And I'm sure they made action figures from that too. You know,
probably.
Yeah. So they go here. We get this whole sequence, which is very Lost World when they're pulling the guys down in the tall grass.
These are.
What I was gonna.
No, I'm sorry.
What I was going to say earlier was this is like, it's not actually that scary, but it is the most horror adjacent thing in this movie, which is so odd because the rest of this movie has been such a departure from the horror adjacentness of The Mummy that it just is so weird.
Well, the thing is, they haven't gone for horror. They've gone for kind of this rollicking adventure thing with CG guy showing up, and you're like, okay,
that's the thing. It doesn't even necessarily need to be horror, but like danger's almost out the window. It feels like in this movie.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Again, it's like movie. Well, yeah. This one really does feel like. I mean, I don't know if that was. I don't have any evidence of that, but I did wonder if that was a note where it's like, well, kids love that first one. Can this one be more for kids? Even let's get a kid in there. It does feel like a lot of the notes from the studio are like, we know kids love that first one. Let's really aim it at them.
Yeah,
which is such a mistake.
Always a mistake. Talk to the Batman franchise about that.
I will. Do you have their number?
Just look at because I mean that was also a major course correction after apparently.
Hello, Batman franchise.
Hello, are you there? Can you tell me who the villain in the next Matt Reeves movie is? Because the internet wants to know. But I mean that was also a massive overcorrection after Batman Returns apparently scarred a whole generation of children. And maybe
did it?
I don't know. It turned me into the weirdo I am today, but I'm happy about that because that movie was very formative for me. I fucking love Batman Returns. But yeah, but then you get Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, which are mainly like, more kid friendly. More kid friendly. Kids love Batman.
Well, but also, Batman and Robin did make me gay, so...
Well, yeah.
Where's the trade-off there?
Batman and Robin is weird, because it's like, yeah, it is more for kids, but it also goes in a different direction.
It's so horny. Why did you let Joel Schumacher make this movie?
Yeah, it is.
You know what he's like.
You've seen his other work, right?
You've seen his other movies, right?
Or even better, you've spoken to the man, right? Like
you've
Joel Schumacher's one of those guys who are like, "What, gay? I never got that sense." No. Listen, his commentaries are amazing. I will recommend any Joel Schumacher commentary.
Yeah.
But okay, so we get this whole sequence, which is. This is the one action scene too many for me, is the little mummies, where it's like, we don't need any of this. This is just the movie needs another action beat.
They'll be back in the later part. I mean, it's not this is their only. They show back up.
I think that's another part of it too. Is it feels like the action scene ends. It feels like the action scene with them ends, and then it just starts up again.
Yeah, it's pretty true. There's an action fatigue with this one because what I was saying is there's so much of it. You're sitting there going, you got to pick your moments where this is not only going to be an awesome sequence, but it's also going to carry us forward. Because then you're just like, it is flop sweaty, where it's just like, we just got to keep this train rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of bored. Action shouldn't make you bored, but you're not.
Well, but it's also they're not varying the action. It doesn't feel like this is that. No. It's not like the first movie.
There's no levels.
No, it's not like the first movie where you really feel like here is this set piece, and this set piece. It just feels like it does sort of feel like it's just an ever ongoing action sequence with occasional breaks.
Yeah.
Well, because there was almost an element of mystery in the first one too. It's like, hey, we have a problem to solve. And unfortunately, there keep being these action sequences that keep us from solving this problem.
Well, I do always talk. I think in terms of like writing an action movie or a thriller or anything like that, I always look at it as like your character's trying to get from point A to point B, and you as the writer just keep putting walls in their way that they have to get over, right? So it's like, oh, we want to go. Yeah. Well, we got through that. Oh shit! Now it's this. Now it's this. This movie, I'm not quite sure what the stakes are because it once again it kind of. Like,
all we know is that if the Scorpion King gets awakened, we're all fucked.
But it's not. It's actually not even about that. It's if the Scorpion King gets awakened and Imhotep kills him, then Imhotep will. And that's the sort of thing where you're like, this is a little convoluted, isn't it? And also, when did the plan to have him defeat the Scorpion King start? Was that always their plan, or was that their reoriented plan after the O'Connells find the Scorpion bracelet?
We don't know anything about this cult of Anubis. Right. We know nothing about them. They're just there.
Yeah. I want to know their wishes, their dreams, their hopes.
I mean, you're joking, but yes.
Kind of. I would at least like to know their goals.
Yes, goals.
What do they want? Because why would they want Emotep? If they're the cult of Anu, why would they want? They're just like, Emotep seems like a guy who'd be a good guy to run with. Does he? Yeah. You're telling me there's nobody else running around? Like, I mean,
I don't know. He can make big sand faces. That's my man.
He can also make water faces. It's kind of his one move. He can make his face really big and other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just got, it's like...
Hey, Emotep, Jello face. He's like, don't worry, got it.
I mean, that's the
Emotep,
thing.
say the line.
hey, no spoilers for that third movie, Brendan. No.
There's a Jello face.
There's a Jello face. They
popular Chinese delicacy.
I did read they tried to bring Emotep back in the third one.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the idea was going to be he was going to be their ally now.
They said no.
Oh, okay, but that would have ruled.
Like, so would have been the idea about this guy's bad even to me, so now we have to work together.
They said no, he is now too iconically.
I would have loved all the Emotep Rick and Evie banter.
Other than Dark Man.
Vosloo didn't do it because of his loyalty to Stephen Sommers. When they didn't, he said if Summers isn't going to do it,
I love that for him.
I'm not going to do it. And then apparently Oded Fair didn't come back because he goes, that doesn't make sense. If Emotep isn't the bad guy, why would I be involved in this?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very
good.
Thank
you.
Two actors turning down money.
Vosloo turned it down because of his loyalty to Stephen Sommers, and Oded Fair turned it down because of his loyalty to Ardith Bay.
I will say I respect both of those guys for probably turning down big checks going, yeah, but that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's going to be but I mean, that's one of those long-term things where it's like, it's money now or embarrassment forever on people talking about our scenes in that movie.
Well, Brendan came back, so.
Hey, man, we're in the Fraser songs. Come on.
I know. I can't wait to see him in Killers
of the Flower Moon. It looks so good. So, all right, let's just get to the fucking Scorpion King because everybody.
Yeah, we've been putting it off long enough.
So we're in the Tomb of the Scorpion King.
Shit is about
museum curator guy. Well, first, Rick O'Connell does outrun a sunrise.
Yes, because he's just that fucking good.
But also, he outruns it because it is the fastest moving sunrise I have ever seen.
Yeah, it is chasing.
I have seen like a line of light travel during a sunrise, and you can track it, especially if you got nice flat territory.
Yeah.
But good lord, it doesn't move like that. The Earth is spinning at a crazy rate.
The whole thing is, if the sun rises on this day, while Alex is wearing the bracelet,
as soon as it hits that pyramid,
then
it's a good Rick Alex moment because he's the dad saving the son, running all full tilt and then leaping.
And once again,
shadow. It's like
Brendan Fraser when he's all out of breath, going like, "Being a dad is hard." Good, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And that's saving what is a really stupid beat.
Yeah,
man, this movie does let's see how far Brendan Fraser charm can save a film, right? Like, what can it do?
You know what? Pretty far.
Pretty damn far.
He will be bested by the third Mummy movie.
Far.
Yeah, but this one, I think he still comes out ahead of it. The third movie will topple him, sadly, but there's extenuating.
Both of our leads come out of this smelling pretty damn sweet.
Well, like I said, I don't think this movie is dumb, but I don't think it's embarrassing to those involved. Like I said, I do think that's key. I don't come out of this going, because as we're talking about, we still love all of our comments. Like, we still love these people. It's the movie that doesn't work, but I still would have signed up to see, and did, because I did fucking see The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor in the theater, of course, with friend of the show Mike Gergoni, and both of us were like, eesh. But I'll see if I can get. Man, Listman also turned down coming on for that. I'm like, Listman, it's got a bunch of kung fu people in. Maybe we could make like an action show crossover. He's like, no way in hell am I watching that. That probably will have no guest on that. Although,
wasn't Donnie Yen in that one?
And Michelle Yeoh and Jet Li.
Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. I mean, they on paper you're like, oh great, we're gonna do like a supernatural Chinese mysticism thing. We're gonna get a bunch of Chinese stars to be in it. Good instincts. It is also.
This is what you get.
But I will say, and just spoilers for that movie, kind of a similar thing to The Rock, where Jet Li is in it for very little, and then he's mostly a CGI creation.
Yay, CG!
And that's what you want when you cast an electric martial arts presence like Jet Li. You want him to be mostly an animated figure.
You want to turn him into something else.
Yep, perfect. Yeah. All right. So they're in there now. Everybody's in the museum curator guy gets the bracelet and sticks his arm in a hole.
Yeah, that's Scorpion. What did I call it last night? The Scorpion King's golden hole or something.
Yeah, nice.
That was pretty funny.
That was the porn parody of this movie, actually.
Yeah. That was the one I watched in preparation for this.
Yeah. And you went.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How far into that movie did you get before you go like, I'm not sure this is the movie I was supposed to watch? Oh no, yeah. When I start something, I finish it. All right, you know.
Yeah. And the plot of that hung together a lot better.
Weirdly, yeah. And hung is the key word there. So hey now. That's the kind of show you're listening to. So yeah, they and when he does this, everything turns gold and a scorpion shadow falls across the land.
Oh, because it's also a terrible effect.
What I love is at this point, it's basically the last like half hour of this movie is like, oh, now it's just pure nonsense. It's utter nonsense from here out. Because I don't know. And of course, it also melts the guy's hand, so he just has a weird, gooey skeleton hand now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
and he's still alive. That's the worst part.
Yeah, man.
Is like, I would simply die.
Yeah.
Please.
I got a gooey.
Please, just take the rest of me. And they're like, no, just the hand. It's cool.
Oh, just the hand.
Yeah, that's all right. But it's once again, it is going for very Indiana Jones kind of, you know, gross horror beat. So yeah, they everything turns gold. They get into. We finally get Rick O'Connell and Imhotep in the same shot because Imhotep has his powers stripped from him so that he can fight the Scorpion King.
They had to, the Scorpion King nerfed him.
The Scorpion King nerfed him, and really the movie just does it so that he can fight Rick hand to hand, which is, by the way, what we've all been dying to see: a powerless mummy. I really want to see Brendan Fraser defeat the mummy, you know, at his weakest. That makes him a badass hero.
But you do have very touching. You've got Anaxinamen going, no. Oh, by the way, we did skip the part, or did we, where he successfully pulls off that original spell that he did in the first movie. He actually succeeds in getting her soul into her reincarnated body.
Oh yeah, and that's also
we've got original
full Anaxinamen, but she's like, "Don't go in there. You're powerless." He's like, "No, this is my destiny. Gotta do it."
Hey, babe, look, I'm glad you're back, but enough with the yapping already. Come on.
It's like, oh, I forgot you.
He also
on
what
my
we didn't
heels
what we didn't say is her spirit came back, but he was possessed by the spirit of Andrew Dice Clay.
Hey,
bada boom! Come on,
bada boom!
Yeah. So no, and of course as we mentioned earlier, she also the timing of this. Talk about the movie not taking a breath. Right after Alex is saved, Evie is immediately stabbed.
Yeah,
it's instant.
Yeah,
and everyone's real sad. And once again, good actors. They're doing good work. The Fraser's really good in that because. Believe it or not, he now has an Academy Award, because he's a fucking great actor. In fact, one could argue he's kind of slumming it in some of these things. Not so much in the White movies, but when he fell down this track of these CGI movies, you're like, no, but you don't even need any of that stuff. We'll watch you in dramas, man. You're really good.
Yeah.
Well, because nobody was hiring him because he got basically blacklisted.
Yep. Which I highly recommend. I don't remember if it was a GQ or Esquire or whatever.
It was GQ.
Yeah, that piece about him is great and super sad, and just because I love the guy.
But it has the happy ending.
Yes. I mean, the ultimate thing when he wins the Oscar this year is the Renaissance is complete. Yeah. Well, I do. I mean, generally, I do think that talent usually wins out. Not always, but a lot of the time, if you're as good an actor as him, someone will find the thing to bring you back because you just can't deny it. But it's all. Now it's the countdown to when she comes back. Because now
we've actually already talked about that. I derailed this.
No, that's all right. But I'm saying because now the whole third act of the movie is basically 3 separate battle scenes happening at the same time.
Yes.
Which is other action movies have pulled this off. I'm not sure this one does it very well.
Rick versus Imhotep, and then Scorpion King versus Imhotep.
It's mostly Rick versus Imhotep, and then Scorpion King gets in there a little bit.
And he doesn't have a lot to say because he's CG. Should we talk about what he looks like?
Yeah, I mean
bad.
He looks bad.
Moving on.
But the big joke is he really looks more crab-like than Scorpion, right?
Yeah.
He really looks like a big crustacean.
It is, like a big lobster.
The Rock's torso and face, sort of.
He's a rock lobster.
It's a rock lobster.
Shoot it up.
Weird that I thought that was really out of place that they cued that in this thing too.
Yeah.
By the way, we don't have Jerry Goldsmith back. Just as a note on the score, we do have the great Alan Silvestri, who's kind of just doing the same stuff. Though I will say this is not like standout Alan Silvestri work.
No. So anyway,
and honestly, the score sort of falls by the wayside a little. Yeah, like. The score in the first one, really great, very present, like super cool. This, I barely noticed it.
I mean, this feels like Alan Silvestri, like, hey, I can put a couple days into that while I work on this other movie, Like,
I'm getting back to the Scorpion King.
Yeah, back to the Scorpion King, which everybody...
Torso.
We have to.
Rock torso.
Body of a scorpion. He's ginormous. His arms end in big clampers. Claws, scorpion claws, and I'm gonna clamp you. And he crawls around like an insect and roars a lot, and that's what Anubis gave him, the power to come back as a terrible effect that roars a lot.
I mean, once again, is just the idea of like, oh, be careful what you wish for, but the movie once again doesn't care to do that. We also don't see what would have been nice is some kind of transformation from the Rock into this thing where it's like, no, this is not what I wanted.
Like you unlock his second health bar and he turns into a half scorpion kind of centaur. That's called something.
Is it really?
Oh, I'm sure it is. It must be.
An acropomuelo.
Oh.
It's a Mesopotamian thing.
Oh, yeah, because let's just keep adding more shit into this movie, right? From other cultures.
But regardless, and also Evie and Anxunamun are having their final thing, and Anxunamun goes, "It's really me this time." And Evie's like, "Well, I got some of the stuff too." And she's like, "Great, let's have this fight." They have the fight. She goes, "You remember all the old skills?" And Evie goes, "Yeah." And then she headbutts, and she goes, "But I also got some modern stuff I got from my hubby."
Yeah. They hadn't invented headbutts back then.
Yeah.
She didn't see that coming. But what's lame is she doesn't kill her. This is not how. Shouldn't this end with her slain?
Well, because as soon as Evie headbutts her and Anxunamun is like, "Oh shit, this is a street fight," she books it.
Yeah, well, the thing that I'm glad that they didn't kill her here is just because I do think it is a great final beat. This movie's not good, but the great final beat of when everything's coming down around Imhotep, he's like, "Don't leave me, Anxunamun," and she does. You're like, wow,
I hate that. I rewrite that whole scene top to bottom. It's different.
That could have been a good beat.
I hated that. I hated that.
That could have been a good beat.
It's a cold thing after an eternity, and that's my sole goal is for us to be reunited. And it's just like, well, I've got a second chance at life, and no, I'm not sacrificing myself.
It could have been a good beat if there was any setup or reason for it, or she gained something instead of saving him. Instead, she just abandons. It's not like if she had abandoned him.
That because it's her like going, "No, sorry. I know you're all into me, but I'm
sorry.
The problem is she's just not a character.
I like it because it's cynical. It's cynical, and I love that. I don't like the idea of them actually being together forever because that is rewarding the villain. It should be something like either she gets killed or she does this and goes, no.
But I would have
no.
I was gonna say I would rather once again.
I know. you wrote in your notebook, Emotep plus in Anoxinomen for the number 4
because Brendan, that's the whole point of the fucking movies.
No, that's the whole point of what he thinks is his destiny. I think it's great that it turns out, no, fate doesn't want you to have that. I love that. And then him throwing himself into hell, I love that part.
Oh, I like that. But I like the idea that he just gives up and falls.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I like that.
But
I like her.
My whole thing is it just further adds to how ill-defined she is. Yeah, but she's
willing to sacrifice.
But she's not. That's the thing. It's once again, if she was cold as ice, give her something. She is like, wait a minute, I have an opportunity to take the power here, or something like that. Then I would at least understand that it's just pure.
She's like, oh no, I'm not.
And then you know what I really love is when she trips and falls into a thing of scarabs for no reason.
No,
that's
it's all bad.
That's
bad.
what I'm saying. That's
it is
top to bottom. Top to bottom, it's bad.
It's an interesting idea, but it's just not. It's not.
No,
it's not
here's
very good
how it should have gone.
Okay.
Here's how it should have gone. All right.
This is what the show is. So yes, go for it.
Rick O'Connell. We see them both. They're coming back up over the side. They're trying to get there. There is no lines from either of them. Just Evie and Anoxinomen. Both are like, oh shit. There's still a chance. They both try to go for them. And Anoxinomen is, because she's a stone cold bitch, is trying to like shove, like, you know, get Evie out of the way and like trip her up. Ooh. But she is the one who gets tripped up, and she is not able to make it to Imhotep in time, and he gets pulled under, and she throws herself in after him. Oh, that would have been good.
Well, it's an interesting idea too, of like her thirst for vengeance is greater than her desire to save Imhotep, which is, you know, still an interesting read. Yeah, I don't know.
Still an interesting read.
Yeah, that could have been. Brendan doesn't believe in love, so
I believe in love for the good guys.
Yeah,
the bad guys. I
don't
like the idea that his entire concept of what his destiny was supposed to be was bullshit. Yeah, was not meant. I think that's a great slap in the face of Imhotep, the evil mummy.
She is an ill-defined character. I think we can all.
She is an ill-defined character.
But also
I like when villains are able to feel complex emotions like love. So
I would like that
for her to love him, but then still betray him at the end. That's
my note is that across the board is I wish I knew anything about what anyone in the villain side
wanted.
Yeah,
you know,
I would just say like that. There's no complexity to these villains at all. Nor do they successfully make them just like forces of nature villains though either. That's sort of the thing, is like you've got those two routes. Anyway, the oft mocked when he impales the Scorpion King and then beat.
Oh, Beth. No, so good.
Why? What is
no
that?
No,
it's
10 out of 10.
I love Bob Doucet, but what are you doing? Why does that edited like that?
Jonathan has a staff, and Rick has figured it out because he saw the thing, and he's like, "Hey, that's actually a spear."
I'm not sure you can say anyone figured something out when there's literally just drawings in front of them showing exactly what to do.
Yeah, and weirdly, words in English saying how to kill Scorpion King. Oh. I was like, what?
And he went, hold on, this might be useful.
So he figures out how to turn it to a spear, tosses it to Rick.
Yeah, you gotta turn
Rick's
a thing
take
and
him
pull
out,
a thing.
But no. Then on Imhotep has it, and
oh yeah, and then you get
the CG beast, and
doesn't Imhotep?
No, Imhotep throws it. Rick catches it, and
he stabs it, and then it comes up and it goes, "Player 1, game over."
I think there was a video game of this movie.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure they had. I'm pretty sure there was a media blitz on this thing. Because the first one, once again, kind of a surprise hit. So this one, though, is like, the sequel is coming.
And of course, when the Scorpion King dies, that causes the army of Anubis, which was massing, and it
turn
was
into
a big
black
CG blob.
Dust. Because that,
they
by the way,
dust.
The only note you needed about that battle is they think they defeated them, but oh no, there's thousands more.
There's thousands more, and that's when.
And I'm all on board for Ardeth Bay to fight. But,
sure, they're up on the hill, and it's like, this is what it's very much a Braveheart thing of like, we don't have a chance, but this is our job. Let's do it. And then the Anubai, plural.
I don't want Ardeth Bay to die, but it would have been some kind of stakes if well, I don't necessarily need him to die, but if somebody had died, if some of the other Medjay died. I mean, that's the Roger Ebert thing about it appears none of them died. So
no, literally because the Nubai don't even get to them. So
yeah,
they're like,
so
okay,
that's great. Yeah, great, cool, whatever.
Happy days.
Yeah, everything
but
worked.
The
out.
entire thing is falling down now.
Oh no, it's not. It's not falling down. It's being sucked into the temple like a vacuum.
Well, I mean, but yeah, it's the same kind of thing. It's Anubis has taken back the special magic.
I guess no one needs this oasis anymore. So
right. Yep.
And it's just
so
it's just more CGI nonsense.
And it's more Rick and Evie going, make sure you don't forget to get the kid.
Where is our son? Oh, there it is.
Jonathan, make sure he gets out. Okay.
Well, but
and
of
Rick
course
is heroically going like, no, I need to finish this, Evie. Get the hell out. Don't wait for me. And now this is the love stuff I like. And she's like, no.
Yeah, I mean, that's all.
I'm not leaving you behind.
Once again, there's a lot of beats in this movie that are totally fine. It's just about getting to those beats that doesn't work for me or earning them.
Giving it support around it to where you like it when it shows up.
Yeah, it is.
Where it's like, yeah, this feels good.
This movie skates by, I was talking about on the charm of the action, but also just like a lot of counting on that the first movie did everything to make you like these characters.
Yeah.
Because this movie is not going to do much to add to that. It's just going to go, see? He's that guy you liked last time. And I'm going, well, I do like that guy.
And he's still alive.
And of course, Izzy...
Spoiler, they do make it out.
Izzy shows up in his dirigible and saves them. And Jonathan grabs this golden...
diamond. This big fuck-off diamond.
This big fuck-off diamond at the top of the pyramid, which is disappearing in the sand. And Jonathan's the last guy dangling from the ropes. And they're like, give up on that big diamond. He's like, no! Man, it's not worth your life. He goes, yes, it is!
And then he gets it, which I thought was an interesting wrinkle.
Yeah.
That's not an Indiana Jones moment of like, no, to live you have to let it go, like in Last Crusade.
No, he is rewarded.
We defeated the Scorpion King, and we need some kind of treasure.
Jonathan gets a big ass diamond. Oh, but the comedy of him and Izzy bickering about who gets the money from it as we fly away into the sunset.
And then Rick and Evie start to make out, and then it's Jonathan and his nephew going, oh God, who likes looking at that?
You know, I'm sorry, that's not as funny as the camel thing from the first movie.
No.
So yeah,
Camel's always funny.
Yeah, the whole movie, just the comedy too. It's like it's all just like, oh yeah, it's all sort of a kind of weaker echo of the first movie.
Yeah, I remember that was in the other Mummy movie.
Yeah, I remember that. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which, again, it hit when I was 8, and I guess that's what they were going for. So
yeah, that's the thing.
They wanted the 8-year-olds to love it, and apparently they did.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it when it... And hey, The Rock took
home... The 8 to 12-year-olds.
The Rock did take home the Teen Choice Award for Choice Movie Villain. So,
Nice.
That's good.
I will say that because we were talking to Lisman last night, and his summation of it is because I was older. I saw this in the theater. I liked the first one. Saw this, and I didn't hate it
because it's not an atrocious
what Lisman
film.
said was he goes, it's aggressively okay.
Yeah.
And this movie's aggressively okay.
The most upsetting thing about this movie is more the step down in quality from the first one than it is that this thing is like an abysmal film on its own. Once again, we'll talk come Mummy 3. But get ready, Brendan. I didn't know you hadn't seen it. It is bad.
How far away is that one?
Oh, it's a while out because they don't rush into that one.
Oh no, they wanted plenty of time to make it as bad as they could.
What, that one was like 2008?
Yeah, I think it's several years later. They were, and I think it was also one of those things where it's like, you guys, I don't think I think this franchise is done. It was one of those things where it's like, now you've waited too long.
Like there were 2 Scorpion King movies between this and the Dragon Emperor. I'm almost positive.
And I think there are like 6 Scorpion King movies now. Because we keep looking at those for Action Shelf, yeah.
Spare me those. I'm
exactly. 2008, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, which
crushed it exact year.
Yeah. Which has not only not Stephen Sommers, but like no one involved in these movies aside from Brendan Fraser, basically. And I do think John
Hannah's in it.
Yeah, as I'm sure he was like, oh well.
John Hamm is in it. That'll be great.
No. But I was gonna say, I think no, not sadly not. But I'm sure it was a thing too, where it's like, well, if Rachel Weisz isn't coming up, that frees up some more money for you, John Hannah. And he's like, well, don't mind if I do.
Well, that's the end of the movie.
The Mummy has returned. Here's a good question: do we recommend people watch this?
Yeah, why not? It's a fun popcorn flick.
I would say, it's not one to avoid.
It's not one to avoid is a pretty good way of putting it. I say
you could make a pretty good drinking game. Like every time there's a reference to the original Mummy movie, take a drink.
Yeah. You would be dead by the end. But I think that this is very much again a we hate movies thing of hangover movie.
Yeah, they're
in other words, if it's on in the background and you turn around
because
to check out a couple of the good moments.
It does have a couple of cool moments, but yeah, this is not one.
Again, these very appealing people, the actors themselves and the characters they play. You go, because I mean, I love John Hannah. I'm like, every time I'm like, I wish they gave you better material, but look how you're doing with it. And of course, Brendan Fraser, of course, Rachel Weisz,
they're all great.
Even Arnold Vosloo. It's like they're all doing, and of course, our boy,
Oded Fehr.
Just saying,
we just need more Oded Fehr.
I want that hair. I'm not the age I could pull that hair off,
man. And as I said, now look at him on Star Trek Discovery. Man. Guy has turned into a silver fox now. So yeah, he is. Right. He's looking good.
So anyway, that's a very mild recommend.
Yeah, it's a. I wouldn't discourage anyone from watching it, but I'm not going to say you gotta see it.
Yeah, like
totally fun.
Paige and I had a great time watching it last night. Just goofing and riffing, and
I do think
like, wow, these people are so hot.
It's definitely
was Paige's experience the same? Like, had seen it as a kid, and or was it like a first time?
I mean, she had seen it before, but I think this was her first time in a really long time.
Yeah. I think this is the first time I've seen it since it was in the theater.
Because
I did not buy that DVD. I had the Mummy, still do, but I did not have this one.
Did have that for sure.
All right. Well, so what's next week, John?
That's a good question as I look at this. Oh, hey, it's another sequel to something we talked about last season with another returning guest. Well, this one I think is a much different experience because I would say this is a sequel that is much better than the original, and I love the original. Ooh. We are talking about Blade 2.
Oh, thank God!
Guillermo del Toro's
I was afraid it was going to be Dracula 2000.
No, this is Blade 2. Ibrahim Mustafa will be joining us again to talk. Ooh. He was with us to talk about Blade. He's back to talk about Blade 2. And a movie I love Blade, but I think Blade 2 is even better.
I like them. I like the two.
I like the two.
It's like I don't need the third, but I like those two.
It's a similar to a lot of trilogies where the first two are great and that third one just. Ugh. But I will say this: I don't think he'd come on for Tomb of the Dragon ever. But Mike Gargoni was like, "I got to come on for Blade Trinity," and as I told him then, and I'm saying now, you're getting no fight from anyone on that. Nobody wants to watch Blade Trinity. So anyway, Blade 2, fucking great movie. So it's almost
something to look forward to.
It's like when you bring in Guillermo del Toro, he really knows what he's doing. Weirdly,
I wish we could actually bring in Guillermo del Toro. I would love to talk to that guy.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that just be awesome?
His childlike glee about this stuff is what I mean. Besides his talent, but the thing I respect about him is we're probably about the same age. He loves this stuff so soul deep that it is infectious.
That is the thing about him, right? That he
similar to Peter Jackson. It's a thing where it's like we never lost that. Like I can't believe it. Vampires, werewolves, bring it on! I get to do elves and orcs.
That is the thing. Even and Blade 2 is kind of a paycheck gig for him, but even still, there is such artistry, such passion. Such sincerity to doing it. All
right, well, get prepared next week for a love letter because
it's going to be a different experience. Elliot, I think next time you're on is going to be for Joel Schumacher's Phantom of the Opera. So
I was going to say it's either Phantom. It would be either Phantom or Van Helsing. I just don't remember which one came first. Or LEG. I'm still putting in my fight for LEG, but okay.
For what?
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh. The fact that you actually referred to it with a cute thing,
no, it
has the Dracula tie-in. I kind of think we might.
And Invisible Man.
Every time I'm on here, I'm like, "You guys doing a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?"
And it does have Invisible Man too. We also do. You guys doing
LEG?
Yeah, it's really bad. But it
is very bad.
It is Phantom.
But it's actually amazing. So
it is Phantom you'll be on for next. So thank you, thank you, Elliott, and of course, always a reminder that Elliott also drew our awesome logo for this show. So
yes, thank you, Elliott.
And people can check out your art. Where, Elliott?
I'm in between social media sites at the moment, but I do still have a Tumblr with my art on it that I have been updating.
Exists?
So yes, Tumblr.
It went
Tumblr's still around. It's still doing all right.
Okay.
But that is, oh god, it's not loading now. I'm pretty sure it's Elliott Lewis Draws, but
yeah, check that out. It's
but I am on Twitter. Well, by the time this comes out, I probably won't be on Twitter, so I won't.
I'm always expecting by the time anything happens, no one will be on Twitter. So you know, I mean, why would you be? It's a nightmare.
I want to hear what Elon has to say.
If I don't get updates from Musk on a regular basis, what am I even?
Updates from Musk.
What's Musk saying today?
The Musk date.
Yeah, it's a Musk date. I hear that's what they're changing the name to, Musk dates. All right.
But no, yeah, you can find me on Elliott Lewis Art on Tumblr, so all one word.
Nice.
So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out.
And you can also find me every Wednesday on Material Components, which is also part of the Punch Up Entertainment Network, where we play, well, not Dungeons and Dragons right now, but we are playing a game by Mike Gergoni, friend of the show, Mike Gergoni.
Yeah.
His own creation.
Is it fun so far?
Yeah, it's great. I'm having a great time. I get to roll dice and say a bunch of dumb shit.
What if Elliott was
all
like,
of his NPCs very Mike Gergoni-esque? Like every NPC you run into, is it essentially just Mike Gergoni?
No, well, Mike Gergoni contains multitudes. So
he does.
You know, like any
like
author,
a Russian nesting doll.
There's a Mike Gergoni authorial voice, I think. But yeah, you can check that out on the Punch Up Entertainment Network, along with May the Panel Be With You and the Action Shelf, and of course, if you're listening to this when it first comes out, you're hearing it on our Patreon. So thank you for being a patron. If not, get on there. It's patron.podbean.com/.
I'm not sure telling people to get on there on a podcast they can't hear. If they're not on there,
they will hear it though. They're just hearing it much later.
Oh, right, because
this comes out early.
Feed.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah,
I was trying to catch you in a logic puzzle, and I failed.
And you failed. How dare you?
So
I'm gonna go cry now.
We're gonna have to throw you in the volcano now.
That's
understood.
What happens.
Or I will just let go off the cliff and drop into hell and let all the CG burning people tear me apart.
Yep, that's what the underworld looks like.
All right.
Egyptian mythology.
So
we are done.
That will do it.
We made it
for
this week's episode of Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters. I'm John Campbell.
I'm Brendan Jones.
And remember, there are such things as monsters.
It's hot as hell!